And now for a taste of things to come.
Attention, Brittany Brooks here.
This is your NWA Women's World Television Champion.
This is the TNA Knockouts World Champion, Masha Slamovich.
Subscribe to Rage of Wrestling on YouTube.
You better subscribe right now, ahora, to Rage of Wrestling.
Subscribe to Rage of Wrestling on YouTube.
Everybody, make sure you subscribe to Rage of Wrestling on YouTube and get them to 200 subscribers. Let's go!
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to this Simply Reliable Studios presentation as I am here in an undisclosed location, the public library.
I'm in my kitchen. So basically, what's funny about this is while you're stressing trying to find a place, I was stressing trying to invert because my day's shot now. So now Walter is on the main call and I am on the pre-show. So there you go. That's how this has worked. I tried. I'm pissed too because I really wanted to call the show. Like, it actually looks like it's going to be a banger, but I'll have to preview it and watch it on demand. So my apologies. I will be doing the previewing here. So there you go.
Fair enough.
I literally just got free, and like this is like probably the only window I'll have free to do any sort of coverage. So it's stinky, but it is what it is.
As we like to say, I mean, I'm in a study room right now that you can only get for like an hour, and my time technically runs up in like 10 minutes. So worst comes to worst, I'll go outside, while you talk a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because the connection still holds up out there, but doing what I got to do right now. But let's get into some of this. We've got 5 matches announced.
Yeah,
all of them look like they're going to be stellar.
Yeah, man.
We've got a fatal 4-way to see who will be number 2 in the Casino Gauntlet at All in Texas. AR Fox, Anthony Bowens, Brody Keane, MJF. A lot of people are saying that this is a shoe-in for MJF, and it should be.
But I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not thinking so, especially with what happened a week or so ago at MLW, him coming out attacking Mystico. We'll get to it momentarily, but Mystico is on the card.
Yep.
Teaming with Beast Mortos, so we know he'll be in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Is Mystico going to get his revenge here and prevent MJF from winning this?
I feel like
if he does, then I think Brody Keane is your number 2.
Yep. And that's the perfect choice in my opinion. So there you go. Hi, Walter.
Hi.
I'm helping with the preview, so at least I can attribute something. You can say the good.
Okay. I am jealous of your background there, JJ. I should have did some shit. Damn
Well,
it.
like I told James, I'm actually in a study room at the library right now. So,
Oh.
you know,
It's it's tough times. It's rough times for all of us right now.
yep. So right now, Walter, since you just joined us, we're previewing this match, talking about how a lot of people have MJF penned to get this. But with what he did at MLW attacking Mystico, and Mystico is on the card, we'll get to that momentarily. I think Brody Keane might be the lock to get this. I think Mystico may get his revenge.
I think Brody King is winning. Same reason I think Mystico's interfering in this match. Fatal 4-Way has no disqualifications. He won't even stop the match. He just beat the shit out of my MJF and eliminate him.
Mhm. You know, although as high as everyone is on Brody Keane, I'd kind of like to see Anthony Bowens pick this up.
Yep.
Personally, AR Fox, no disrespect, he's getting thrown out. There's no way AR Fox is going to be number 2. You'll be lucky if he even gets his entrance in the Casino Gauntlet.
Yeah, out of all the people that needs to win the most, I think I really do agree with you that I feel like it should be Anthony Bowens that gets this, but it's probably going to be MJF or Brody King.
Especially after that breakup of the team, he needs some kind of direction. Like at least start it off with this win here.
Because I mean, who won number 1 last week? I forget. To be the number 1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet.
Crap. I remember the women's. I don't remember the men.
Oh boy.
But like, you know, whoever it was is a good name. So Anthony Bowens versus them for however long until we get the next entrant. Like that's how you start to make a star. And Anthony Bowens could use that push.
Was it Briscoe? Was it Briscoe?
It might have been.
Yeah, I think it was Briscoe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
So we just mentioned him. We'll go ahead and talk about that match. You know, heroes versus villains, a little Superman tie-in. Mystico teaming with the Beast Mortos to take on Osprey and Swerve. I kind of half joked in the Light the Fuse space. This is going to be the main event. Mortos is getting his 3rd main event in a row. You know,
hey, you know, when
being opposite Swerve and Osprey, it's not out of the question.
And to be fair, when you're with Moné, you're in the main event.
I was just gonna say the CEO probably put her influence, and he's going over in this match. He's getting the pin and everything.
Yeah,
have Mortos pin Osprey.
Well, lawyers, so I mean, the company would be screwed him over. You know, Frank Mortos over here about to make some big splashes here.
He's about to start belt collecting.
About to start suit collecting for all the cases he's going to win.
He's gonna go to Mexico and just clean house with all the titles.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Safed in the chat room, love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, there's 3 matches that I really think are going to have the strong possibility of being the main event.
Yeah.
First one is the one I think is least likely, and that's Kota Ibushi versus Kazuchika Okada.
Just what a time that this is a TV match, because I remember when they fought at New Japan, and that match was like God tier, and we're just throwing it away on TV to a story between him and Omega, which is fair enough. I mean, what better way to go with what better way to build up to that match than go up against the other Golden Lover or whatever? But
see, and somebody threw out a suggestion. I forget where I heard it. It might have been in one of the collective spaces, James.
Yeah.
So you can confirm this if that is where it was said, but I could see Omega coming out at the end of this.
Yep.
The next week we get the Golden Lovers versus Okada and Takeshita.
Which
Kota and Fletcher, you know, some other member of the Callis family.
Which would be phenomenal, by the way. I mean, it's a really good way to kind of make this all work.
and give us just that little tease ahead of All In, the go home Dynamite, because they'll be in Garland, Texas anyway. Just give us that little glimpse of what's going to happen.
And hopefully, whatever they call Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada will be better than Protoshita, okay? Or Protoshita, rather. Let me be right. But no, in all seriousness, I'm looking forward to the way they're building this. Honestly, probably my most anticipated match for the entire All In card, if I'm being honest. So,
I still think Okada's got to get the win, right? Otherwise, then you're gonna automatically think Omega's gonna run over him if this guy can beat him.
Yeah, what point of the heel turn afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tend to agree. He's got to get the win here. I feel he's a shoo-in, but it really depends on what they do on the go home.
I don't even think Okada's a heel. Like in All In, I think it's gonna be very split. You're gonna hear Omega, Okada, Omega. It's gonna be half and half. Like I almost guarantee you, I don't. Okada's not hated. Like even though he's supposed to be, like fans of New Japan and everything, they love this dude and all the shit he's been through with Kenny. They're not gonna boo this guy.
No, it's gonna be hard, but I feel like if anybody can get him booed, it's definitely Callis. So, that's just me, but we'll see. I feel like the thing is, a lot of people are like, well, I want the old Kazuchika Okada, and we get an element to him, but the problem is, I think we have the old Okada now, and the problem with, if you're going to do the Rainmaker in America, it's such a heel gimmick. It doesn't work in America like it does in Japan. I feel like region definitely has a factor here. And I think that him doing this heel stick with the Rainmaker gimmick, and for a fact he's coming out in the fucking jacket, like the real jacket, the Rainmaker jacket. That's going to do a lot for him. And again, the way they built this matchup, they actually added a really intriguing story drop behind it, using Kota Ibushi's full-on gimmick, or rather, I'm sorry, not Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega's diverticulitis. I call it a gimmick, but it was a legit injury, to really build into this, and for him to attack him the way he did, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this just because I'm intrigued to see how they tell the story. Other than the Hurt Syndicate stuff, this is like my second favorite thing that they're doing on TV right now. So I like it.
That's a fair shout.
Now that you said the Hurt Syndicate, and we talked about MJF, if Mystical gets his revenge, it'd be interesting if they don't about the Hurt Syndicate, because it's like, why aren't you backing up your boy? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think we covered that one up. JJ, what do we got next on the docket?
Really quickly, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Because someone else needed the room. My time ran up, so I had to relocate. Like I said, might have to. So next one we'll discuss another Heroes and Villains match presented by Superman. We've got the Paragon and Bandito versus Takeshita and the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's been well documented across the channels how a lot of us feel personally about the Bucks. AEW posted a video earlier showing them with the feather pen signing the scrolls. I could not help myself from cracking up so hard. They are so leaning into this Founding Fathers gimmick. And the fact that you can buy a scroll, which at the end of the day is probably just the match card written down, if we're being honest, but signed by the Bucks with a feather ink pen, like, I'm dead. Between that and them dressing up as the Beatles at last year's All In, like, I'm fucking dead.
That is hilarious. We know how I feel about them though. I would respect the hell out of them if they booked themselves to lose this match, but I just doubt it. I doubt that they're gonna lose.
I mean, to be fair, they don't really have to, and to be fair, they could win by having Takeshita pick up the win. So, you know, I don't think that's too bad. It is what it is. Like, they have to win to look somewhat strong before you end up having them job. So I'm not really against that, but you know, we'll see what happens. So I think it's a shoe-in for the villains. Are they the villains? Yeah, I guess they're the villains. They're the villains, boys. So
I mean, especially considering who they're going up against. I mean, no disrespect intended to the Paragon, but unless Adam Cole comes out here and gets involved, since he's kind of connected to the Bucks and he's the leader of the Paragon, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I almost think it would be a better match if it was the Ops.
Yeah.
Or the Hurt Syndicate or something. Actually give us the illusion that the Bucks could lose. But the Bucks and Takeshita taking on Kyle O'Reilly, Bandito, and Roderick Strong, like,
it really is
not even a team. Like, at least have Adam Cole in there and let it be the Paragon.
Yeah. The thing that makes this ridiculous is they're only using what should have been a great trios match to fuel a story between Takeshita and Bandito for Ring of Honor's Supercard of Honor, which is like, hey, whatever. But like, you know, can we not? You can imagine what we could have had things not like. I can only imagine that if we're looking at this time right now, there's an ulterior universe where it is the Elite versus the Paragon right now, and we're not getting that because the Young Bucks kind of made themselves forever heels and Kenny Omega's babyface and in a feud with their other guys. So
I honestly think Bandito's going to be the only one that actually looks strong on the opposite side.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd go that far because, I mean, if you watched the match on Collision, I think it was last week with O'Reilly versus Fletcher, like the crowd was into that shit. Like Kyle versus Kyle, you know, let's go Kyle. We want Kyle. Like the whole shit was hilarious to me. So like, I feel like O'Reilly got a little bit of a rub being in there with Fletcher off of that.
Yep.
And Roddy is one of those guys who's been around the world and and is so respected that I think Roddy's going to get some shit in too, you know, and they're friendly enough with the Bucks from over the years. The Bucks are going to let them get some shit off.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of those matches that on the surface looks like it shouldn't be more than 10 minutes, but it's going to be like a 20-minute 2-commercial match.
Yeah.
And because it's the Bucks, because it's the EVPs, because it's the Founding Fathers, it very easily could be the main event. But the match that I actually think is going to main event, and I kind of agree with your boy Ryan on this, James, is the one match that's announced as a title match. Mercedes Moné and Mina Shirakawa.
Yep. Yeah.
Real quick, before we talk about I just want to say Bucks. I will respect if they did this. I know technically there's only 60 seconds in a minute, but if you ended that match at 17 minutes and 76 seconds, which is over 18 minutes, but to say it that way, I would fucking die. Like,
that
just
would
think
be
about that.
fucking great.
Yeah.
That would be fucking great. Don't shake your head, James. You'd actually kind of pop for it. I know you.
I hate it. They are not my fucking founding fathers, goddammit.
I'm gonna time it just in case they did that as a nugget, like if people don't notice. Like, can you imagine they did that? They ended the match 17 minutes and 76 seconds.
They do it. I'm diving off the pier for Independence Day. I'm kidding.
Well, we're running short on pre-show time. Noah should be here momentarily for the main show, but Mercedes Moné, Mina Shirakawa, TBS title.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much talk about this match, and I don't know. Like, I kind of agree with some of the general sentiment that this could be Mercedes's first loss. And I know it sounds weird to say that, but this is a monumental episode. So you want to do something major for that monumental episode. And Mercedes losing is major. Mina being crowned champion is major. On top of that, it shows vulnerability in Mercedes going into the all-in match. She's been beaten. You know, so we know she can be beaten. So if she loses to Tony, you know, kind of like Ryan was saying in the space, that starts the downward spiral.
Yeah.
If she wins against Tony, we don't have to worry about putting the TBS title up for a tournament or stripping her of it, you know, and putting the division in limbo. On top of all that, the last time Mercedes was in this building, she lost the New Japan Strong title when Mina got pinned by Asume. So she's already lost a championship in this building.
Yeah.
Could she lose another one? And Mina's involved once again, the same person who cost her the title the last time. Because Mercedes didn't get pinned, Mina did.
Yeah.
I would love it if they kept it consistent. Matter of fact, let her lose here and then do a story in the future where she kind of wants to avoid this arena and they just start booking more shows in there. And Mercedes is like, it makes her have a fear of this arena. That would be like a different kind of story.
That would be good.
Then when she finally wins the title, let her win it in this arena. That way it's redemption.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Go for it, bro.
Asume is the chick from Stardom that goes really fast, right? Like she's
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. She's the high-speed champion in Stardom, or was?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. I know who her... Honestly, I love that she actually got elevated by Moné. That's the thing. As much as we don't like Moné, anybody she's ever lost to has gotten elevated. That happened with Asume. That could happen with Mina. And definitely could happen with Tony.
Yeah.
My only worry is that if you have her win or lose here, I fear she's going to win at All In Texas.
Which is fine. Which is fine. I would rather it happen this way because then you don't, like I said, you don't have to worry about a tournament for the TBS title. She's put somebody over in the process by moving the belt to Mina. You know? Whereas if Tony beats Mercedes, you know, who then can finally defeat Tony? Because Tony's defeated the roster. If Mercedes goes in with the TBS title and wins, who's going to beat Mercedes? She's beaten everybody on the roster. But if Mina can beat her here tonight, we can see that she can be defeated. Then if she goes and wins the title, we already know Mina can beat her. She's done it once. And now everybody that's fallen to Mercedes, well, shit, if Mina can beat her, and I've beaten Mina in the past, I can get the better of her.
Now it makes some intrigue for her world title reign.
Exactly.
Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad of a take. I like that.
Well, and speaking of men with great takes, ladies and gentlemen, the voice of the Simply Reliable Studios, Noah Foster's in the motherfucking house.
Good evening, everybody.
Still hot?
Hello, Mr. Foster.
Yeah, it's a little bit cooler since we got the fans in play. So doing all right for the most part. And technology has not been such a hassle this week. Hello, Mr. Reliable. Hello, JJ. Hello, James. Hello, everybody here, of course, the Bible Studios once again as we bring you in very shortly to another live watchable event celebrating this milestone tonight with quite the light as we look into the 300th episode of AEW Dynamite.
Yes, sir. Just so you know, Noah, I don't know if you were made aware, James is going to be unable to do the actual call. So he was here for the pre-show with me. You'll be paired with Walter for the call.
Walter is going to be doing the call with you. I'm so upset because I wanted to call Okada and Ibushi, and now I can't. I'm going to have to watch it on demand. Work calls, as you say, priorities over passion. So that's
damn right.
It is what it is.
Respect, brother. No problem with that. And thank you for the update, JJ. And Walter, looking forward to once again entering the All Elite booth with you. And shout out to our Canadian friend Ash, of course, who not only celebrated Canada Day yesterday, but also called Double or Nothing with me as we got less than a minute before we hit the airways.
Really quickly, we got a surprise just popped into the green room.
Oh.
Hi,
hello, Jeff.
Hello, peoples. Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Okay, good. I didn't realize I was wearing my ID. I can't get more of this on screen. Okay, well, we're going to pretend that didn't happen. Anyway, just wanted to pop in real quick. I know it's top of the hour. The show's starting like right now, so I apologize. I've been trying to get in here, this damn technology. Just wanted to say congratulations to everybody involved with the watch along. Congrats to Tony, Khan, and everybody at AEW. 300 episodes is a big friggin' deal. You know, they've been talking about it surpassed Nitro, and that's great. I'm happy for everybody that I enjoy being involved with AEW, that they've reached a milestone, and hopefully it is a smooth sail from here to Arlington in a few weeks. Or no, 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks.
Yes,
wow.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Less than 2 weeks.
10 days.
10 days. Yeah, that's the second. Yeah. These next few weeks are going to be crazy. We've got all the watch-alongs from the various companies. We've got TV to support that. Disneyland turns 70 in 12 days. It's more than 12 days. 15 days.
A lot of celebrating, including Fly, by the way, which is happening literally in 2 days.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, a lot of shit to talk about. A lot of shit, dude.
Lot of celebrations.
Anyway, boys, have fun. I'll be at the happiest workplace on earth tonight, and I'll catch the watch along on demand when I can.
Bye-bye,
Sounds
Jeff.
good, Jeff. Thanks for popping in.
How the hell did we get to the point where All In is only 10 days away? It's like, it's ridiculous.
Not too fast. I got to bow out too, gents. Have a great call. And next time, I will see y'all on the Jay Hebert side, whenever that may be. Take it easy, guys.
Sounds good, brother. Well,
and I will leave you guys to do your thing as well. Enjoy the call, and I'll be watching the show back here shortly.
Noah.
All right, JJ. Thank you so much.
There's only one question, Noah. Are you ready?
Let me go ahead and put it to you this way, Walter. As Heyman and Page rise to the ring. For ladies and gentlemen, Super Studios, all elite fans, professional wrestling casuals, and hardcores, all elite day ones like me, Walter, and them. It's Wednesday! You know what that means? We are back here once again at the Super Studios, bringing you excitement and delight, celebrating the 300th episode of AEW Dynamite. Welcome, everybody, into the discussion. We got Heyman and Page in the ring, no doubt to confront the AEW World Champion who left him hanged last week by a steel chain, as we are 10 days away from him going all in challenge for the AEW World Championship. As Heyman does a promo right now, let me just say real quick, thank you all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. We provide alternative coverage, a conduit, a blind coverage for you for the product. If you want to watch along with us, watch it on TBS or on Max. We are using Max. And if you want to dictate the conversation, Super Chat or PayPal the Passions, it's as simple as that. Let's hear what the Hammond has to say before we get more from you. And yes, I am more than ready. Are you ready to go, bro?
Hell yeah.
And I wonder if Heyman's ready to go against Jon Moxley. Go further than he's ever gone before to bring that briefcase out of the grips of Marina Shafir and bring the title back to light. Can he fulfill that promise he made, or will it be a promise broken and Hangman's last stand come next Saturday in Arlington, Texas?
Yeah, like my brother said, if you're on TBS, don't jump ahead of us. I know Max is a little behind sometimes.
Yeah, again. If you can, folks, try and keep up with us. We'll try our best to keep you in tune. That's Heyman right now. It's once again leaving his heart and soul in the ring with a promo where he promises to bring the AEW Championship back home next week.
Do you believe him?
He definitely has shown a lot more reinvigorated focus and passion. But again, saying and doing are two different things. And when it comes to Jon Moxley, he always has the numbers game. He always has a plan. Let's not forget, Jon Moxley is a student of Lord William Regal. Always have eyes in the back of your head and always be 2 steps ahead. He's never forgotten those last words from Lord William Regal, and he's used them now to hold AEW hostage.
Hangman might be the last one in line, because if Moxley gets past him, it's almost like, then who the hell is going to stop this dude?
Right? Give me everything. Give me death. Make this a Texas death match. What? Heyman's asking for a Texas death match against Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. Oh, shit. And here comes the Death Riders to answer that challenge. And the answer from Jon Moxley and Rena Shafir and Hall might very well be a yes, but you might have literally written your own tombstone.
I just want to know, like, can we get a peek inside that briefcase? Inquiring minds wants to know.
Again, Walter, the possessor, the problem, Marina Shafir has been in possession for the protection of the position since Wrestle Dream last year. We truly don't know the state of the AEW World Championship. All we know is Jon Moxley is the record 4-time AEW World Champion, and there seems to be no stopping him. But Heyman and Page is willing to sacrifice his life and limb to do it. Now calling out Jon Moxley for a Texas death match. Let's not forget, Walter, it was Revolution a few years ago in a Texas death match where Heyman and Page, the Man in Black, Ghost Riders in the Sky, hung Jon Moxley practically that night and beat him.
We know his history with these matches. And go fitting, it's in Texas. Why not? You know Moxley's going to say yeah. Moxley's not afraid of violence. He's never one to run. He's a sicko himself. As a matter of fact, you probably wet his whistle, as they said, when you challenge him to this match.
Well, talking about forging combat, literally cultivating the AEW World Championship, what it means to be a champion. Jon Moxley saying, Heyman and Page, you're afraid to be what these people want you to be or believe you can be. I don't know if that declaration, though, changed Jon Moxley's judgment towards the Hangman. Looks like we're about to find out some words from the AEW World Champion as Shafir has handed Moxley a mic. And you're damn right when it comes to Jon Moxley, he is not afraid of any damn thing. He has literally fought his own demons and lives to tell the day. But he's still got to be careful. Heyman's got to be careful. He knows the Death Riders are looming. That all in. Want to put all your chips on the table. Your life, your health, your career. All on the line with the AEW World Championship in a Texas death match. I'm all in for it.
You're on, he's probably going to say.
Well, let's find out. You don't want that. You might think you want that, but you don't. The light trip it all, and you're going to lose.
Is he going to up the ante and make it a different kind of match?
What else do you do beyond that when it comes to a freaking endgame?
I have no idea.
Saying you don't want to wake up Sunday morning with the World Championship and everything that comes with it. Top of the mountain is too difficult. He's basically calling him and Adam Page is not ready.
He's
Can't
got
handle
a
the
point
pressure.
up. He's got a point of how much pressure comes with being the world champion. You put the biggest target on your back when you're there.
Well, there's a reason why John Moxley's been the light in the darkness, and right now it's literally cultivating that championship till he finds somebody worthy to hold it in his own right. Basic bitch shit, calling yourself the best wrestler in the world. Damn.
Damn, that was a CM Punk shot.
CM Punk, Will Ospreay, you put the names in there.
Jericho.
You would show him exactly what a world champion is. And show that you do not have what inside you, what it takes to take the championship away from me. You certainly don't have it inside you, what it takes for a Texas death match with me. You're not willing to go as far as you're willing you need to go. It's not something you will not walk away from.
Strong words.
Oh! Well, that right hand probably just showed John Moxley a different statement. We got a blow in the middle of the ring.
Dude, is it me or did he hit him kind of on the neck more than the face?
Well, he said that again. He's not ready. Wait, what the hell? Oh my God, that's a fork. Hey man, Page got a fork. And here comes little Yuta. And like I said, the other Death Riders coming to the aid of the AEW World Champion. Oh, and Shafir with an open palm strike to Hangman.
You know what I disagree with Moxley with? I don't
What?
think he saw Swerve versus Hangman. Hangman has some levels he can go to. You know what I mean?
Is he willing to punch a bitch as Shafir is slapping him dead middle of the ring? Again, Shafir might be the toughest woman in AEW. She's definitely the toughest Death Rider.
He might. She might push
Shafir
him
don't
over
give
the
a damn.
edge.
She's afraid of nothing. Like Yuta picking the leg up. Hey man, John Moxley from behind.
That's
Again, the
Castelloni.
numbers game.
That's Claudio.
That's the numbers game. Oh, you're right. That is Claudio. I'm sorry. Again, black pants, white t-shirt, bald head. Kind of the same. We haven't seen Claudio, of course, since before Grand Slam Mexico. And John Moxley and Maria Shafir are exiting out of the building. So, for those that are wondering, John Moxley says Hangman Page does not have what it takes to be the AEW World Champion, to go as far as what it means to be the AEW World Champion, to survive and endure what it takes in a Texas death match to be AEW World Champion. He straight up told him no.
Like I said, he must have not watched the Swerve Hangman because Hangman can go far.
Yeah, but can he go farther than John Moxley? And does he have the backup he needs as Claudio? Neutralizing her Hangman Page.
Is there a further place than where Moxley goes? Because Moxley has a sick head.
Well, burn a man's house down, literally rip a man's skin out. You tell me.
I mean, pull teeth. Didn't Hangman pull his Swerve's teeth?
He tried. No, but I'm sure he would want to try to.
Yeah.
Again, John Moxley's the one in control of this entire situation, and
It was a needle. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the needle. He put a needle in him. Yeah.
And if you get a chance rating out, it's John Moxley is gathering himself. Hangman Page slow to crawl back to his feet, grabbing the microphone.
Well, Hangman has 10 days to make Moxley change his mind.
Well, he might change his mind now, says, hold on. Is that the bitch? Send your neuter lapdog claw at me, because, bitch, I'm still standing. That's the best you got? Damn.
Wow, he called him a neutered lapdog. Damn.
And, to be fair, is he wrong?
They might add this match tonight. They might add this to make this a impromptu match now.
Well, Claudio is not a person to take an insult like that and not come back for a fight. Wait, whoa. Samoa Joe, though, has had his fair share of problems, though, with the Death Riders and particularly Claudio.
You were asking if Hangman has backup. We might have gotten our answer.
Claudio!
Where's the rest of the ops?
Yuta right now. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, you were saying, yeah, there they are.
Mm-hmm.
Katsuyori Shibata, Powerhouse Hobbs, the AEW Trios champions.
Let's go,
Casanova
boys.
spun it. Right now it's 2-on-3 to be fair. Don't wait a minute. Hammond, watch your back. Shafir Ring. Oh, whoa.
Oh, he
And
saw it
Hammond sees
coming.
the briefcase.
Open it. Open it.
Uh-oh. Mons, I got with yours. You're the champion you say you are. Give me Texas Death. Give me Texas Death.
Is he going to threaten to hit her with the case if he keeps saying no?
Well, I mean, what's a bigger threat right now? Holding the AEW championship or beating Marina Shafir to Jon Moxley? He's in possession of the very title, apparently. The very symbol of Jon Moxley's power. And Jon Moxley watching on outside of the ring.
He's going to give it to him, I think, Noah.
We got it all in! Texas Death! And look at the grin on him and Adam Page. So for the AEW World Championship at All in Texas, it's a Texas Death match. It truly is all or nothing for him and Adam Page. The Hangman's last stand next weekend as he hands Shafir back the briefcase.
But you know there's an old cliche, Noah. Be careful what you wish for, Hangman.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. Hangman Adam Page. What? Wait a minute.
He still has the mic.
You said I didn't have what it takes for Texas Death? You know it's a lie. But, in case you need a reminder that I'll do anything what it takes. Wait a minute. Oh, no way. Oh, my God. Block shot lariat to Marina Shafir.
Holy shit.
Oh, man. And Moxley's apoplectic. Shafir got dead.
I don't think anyone has ever attacked Shafir like that.
I think you're right. That's the first time we've seen Shafir literally take a bullet. Well, eye for an eye, I guess. Hammond and Page showing Jon Moxley he's willing to go whatever it needs to be to seize the AEW World Championship. Man or woman will not stand his way. Hammond and Page is hell bent on reclaiming that AEW World Championship. And he's got one last chance in Texas Death.
Could we just be 10 days away from Moxley's reign of terror ending?
Can we just be 10 days away to this pay-per-view because this is definitely the most exciting thing I've been waiting for all summer. Well, as we regroup from that, just to regroup, folks, it is now official at All In. It will be Texas Deathmatch for the AEW World Championship as we go to this little commercial for, oh, good Lord.
Tony Storm.
Damn, got it. But it's a Superman promo with timeless Tony Storm. What, she's supposed to be Lois Lane? No. The Ravishing Raven. Oh, good Lord. Rage of the Metropolis Maven. Actually, that has a good read to it. Be a nice, like, anti-hero.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Heroes and villains are going to collide tonight, but you can watch Superman in theaters July 11th as we head back down to the ring, and it is time to become timeless as Timeless Tony Storm has arrived for a ringside seat. Courtesy of the CEOs, it looks like we're going to get into our first match, Walter, and it will be for the TBS Championship.
A lot of implications of what can happen. This is going to lead to a lot, depending on what happens tonight is going to have a lot of effect on All In.
And no kidding. And of course, All In, we know for the first time ever, it will be Timeless Tony Storm defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Mercedes Moné. But in the meantime, 20-minute time limit, it is time for a TBS Championship match. You want Mina? Well, do you want Mina? Here she comes.
You know I want Mina.
Mina now, but is Mina the next face of TBS, renewing hostilities with somebody that took the Rev Pro British Women's Championship from her January 5th? And of course, Mina Shirakawa is truly all elite and also truly all American, restarting everything in life here in All Elite Wrestling and moving away from Japan, with 10 of her past 12 matches coming out on the winning side. And of course, Mina Shirakawa has had the champions back, Timeless Toy Storm's back since Timeless Toy Storm defended the AEW Women's Championship against her at Double or Nothing.
Have I told you how much I love Mina's freaking theme?
It's the only theme in the industry that will make an accordion sound justified.
Right?
And then you got this theme. A bittersweet synthwave symphony. Here comes the CEO, Mercedes Moné. As Thomas Sawyer Storm looks like she's going to enjoy a steak. Oh boy.
B-O-O.
Why am I not surprised? It's the fact that you already put the hashtag in the chat. I know you yahoos. Anyway,
What?
Mercedes Moné, who is
No,
still...
I started that. I'm the one who created that.
Yeah, and Safet's the one that endorses it. Anyway, let's endorse the fact we got the AEW Women's Champion online next week, Saturday at All In Texas. Timeless Toy Storm will defend against Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné, who is still unpinned, unsubmitted, undefeated in AEW, 23-0, and has been the TBS champion now for over 400 days.
Who can be this? Can you imagine getting your first loss just 10 days away from what could possibly be your biggest match in your AEW career?
We also got to consider this, Walter. Mina Shirakawa made Toni Storm promise that she would not get involved in this whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
For those that don't know, Mercedes Moné won this opportunity winning the Owen Hart Foundation Cup, beating Jamie Hayter at Double or Nothing. And also added a new belt to her collection, most recently, the CML World Women's Championship from Sucius down in Grandson, Mexico. Bell reigns are underway here, and Mina with the hot start. Mercedes trying to back off, though, on the ropes. Of course, title control changes hands via pinfall submission inside the ring. If it goes the time of the draw, the champion will retain.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you call yourself a CEO. It's like the top 1% versus the other 99%. You believe that everyone else is only beneath you. Nobody is on your level. Nobody can stand toe-to-toe with you.
Yeah. But if no one believes in you, you sometimes have to believe in yourself. So.
Yeah, well, there's believing in yourself, and there's having an ego bigger than Canada if your name's all ego Ethan Page. And Mercedes Moné is an airhead when it comes to her ego. But despite that, her hubris has been her best weapon. Now trying to get a dirty fall. Right posing position. Cover. Roll up by Mina. Gets a 1 count.
Mm-hmm.
They get to the midsection. Mina going off the ropes. The sidestep. Moné. Whoa, good takeover. Looks the roll through. Looking for the statement maker. Great scouting, though, by Mina. Now, Mina looking for that glamorous figure 4. Again, both of these women Sky Charge so well. Have not lost a single step since January 5th as Mina shows off.
I love when she does that dance.
Whoa! That shift of momentum that was. Roll through. Hug on the leg. 2. Ooh. To your point, Walter, we are 10 days away, all in Texas, AEW's biggest show of the year. But tonight, heroes and villains will collide in tag team action and so much more. Still to come, Swerve and Will Ospreay taking on El Talistico and the Beast Mortos, as well as we have our 4-way for the number 2 spot in the Casino Gauntlet. Who would join Mark Briscoe in the beginning? Will it be Brody King, MJF, Anthony Bowens, or AR Fox? And of course, we have 6-man tag team action as the Young Bucks, Nose and Keshka, collide against Paragon's Kyle Ryan and Roderick Strong, and the Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito. And of course, the biggest match to come tonight, a Wrestle Kingdom main event rematch. Kota Ibushi goes one-on-one with the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada.
You think that'll be the main event?
I think it's got to be, because the implications behind the friendship of the Golden Lovers and the legacy of what's going to be the AEW Unified Championship, defined by a desperate Okada who's lined up with Don Callis, that's definitely the biggest, the biggest thing on the card tonight, and the biggest thing I'm looking forward to. Sorry, I got a little hot there. Elbow strike.
Why? Because of her dancing?
No. It's still very hot here in.
Yeah, it's hot as shit over here
in
too.
Europe. No kidding. Ugh.
And I can't turn my AC on because it'll knock the freaking internet out.
Damn, that's how much power you're freaking surging? That's ridiculous. Then again, Mercedes Moné has been on a power trip to claim every women's championship in the wrestling business. And you see her subtly mocking Thomas Tony Storm. While Thomas Tony Storm says, I've only needed one title to define my career. I have literally died for this championship. Will the CEO lose something from her portfolio? Stay tuned. Full commercial break. Fuck television. All right, I've got a moment to breathe. Let me go ahead and first off again acknowledge all of you for tuning in as we do this for all the biggest shows, PLE specials, papers across all things wrestling, WWE, NXT, AEW, ROH, TNA, Independence aside, including HOG, GCW, across New Japan Pro Wrestling, and so much more. And shout out to all of you that are tuning in the chat. Thank you so much. Matt Helms, Nicholas Ferrante, DJ Mutt King, Nestor, Dwayne Atkinson, and everybody that's not even chatting but are tuning in. You all make this possible. You continue to progress the passion. So please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our Canadian friend Ash, Bad Wrestling. Subscribe to Rage of Wrestling, Walter Cruz. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. If you want to dictate the conversation, super chat, pay by the passion. It's truly as simple as that. And I hope to see you all tune in for our coverage of All In, as well as to be predicting for All In. All to come next week, and what will be a triple feature of Simply Predictings and Wrestling Watch-Alongs come Saturday and Sunday, and so much more. As, again, the next 10 days, we're kidding, 11 days are going to be nut and futz. Simple as that. And Walter, it's good to see you, my friend. I hope that regardless of the power issues that you may have, you are staying cool, and hopefully come on in, like you said, if not tonight, we'll finally see some power diminish from the CEO's grip to try and get the AEW Women's World Championship next weekend and All in Texas.
That's why I said tonight has a lot of implication, because if she indeed loses, it shows that she can be beating. And to lose a match, and not only lose a match, but lose your title just a mere 10 days before your biggest title match, it says a lot, and then it gets you to doubt yourself. You know what I mean? You may be a belt collector, but can you actually beat Tony and get the most in this company?
Yeah,
after you already lost.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you look at Thomas Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné tell the tape, it's quality versus quantity. The quality of Thomas Tony Storm's single championship values when it comes to the AEW Women's Championship have redefined this women's division since she's been the timeless champion. More so over these last two runs, including what we still call the greatest filibuster women's storyline in wrestling with her and the Glamour, Mariah May. But Mercedes Moné, for all the crap we want to give her, take credit where credit's due when it comes to how much she fights while she's champion. The TBS championship alone, she's going into her 17th defense tonight after beating the likes of Billy Starks, Momo Watanabe, Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander twice, Queen Aminata, Hikaru Shida, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Nyla Rose, and of course, La Primera, Stephanie Valkyrie. For all the crap we want to give Mercedes Moné the character, the wrestler has literally taken on all possible competitors from all walks of life in this business, not named WWE, and successfully retaining the TBS title.
And on all continents. She goes to Japan to defend these titles. She goes to America. She's been to Australia,
England, Japan, Mexico. To your points, we are back here again. TBS Championship on the line. And keep in mind, folks, none of her matches have ever gone the 20-minute time limit draw. Whoa! Wow! Great corkscrew in the coverage. Almost a new champion.
There must have been a story told while we were on commercial break, because she's clutching her knee, Mercedes.
Well, Mercedes Moné's knees have been worked over by Mina Shirakawa each time she's been in the ring with her, because Mina likes to soften her up for that fear for a leg lock. And a good counter, though, by Mercedes Moné, trapping Mina Shirakawa in the attempted crossface, but notice the S grip below the chin, not impairing the breathing or the vision, Walter.
This isn't the first time these two shared the ring together, so you have to wonder what Mercedes has picked up on their previous encounters. Yeah, there might have been another person involved, but still.
Figure for a leg lock of Pride in the Ring. Again, Mercedes Moné knew she could not get trapped in this in the middle of the ring. To your point, these two have only faced each other one other time in singles action. It was January 5th at Wrestle Dynasty for the TBS Championship and the Rev Pro Undisputed Women's British Heavyweight Championship. That Mercedes Moné got the win in the end and nearly lost her legs in the process as she, rose to the floor to force the break.
I thought she was going to roll in her stomach to reverse the pressure, but she went all the way.
Yeah, you wonder who got the worst of that, though, as you saw Moné also land on her knees, but Mina as well. And again, I don't know necessarily if that's the best way to release that hold. More damage done to the champion versus the challenger here. As again, Timeless Toni Storm promised her fan Mina she would not get involved.
All Mercedes had to do was grab the rope or just roll to your stomach and reverse the pressure. I'm not sure why she did all the extra rolling.
And sometimes instinct takes over versus intelligence, Walter, in the wrestling business. You know that for a fact. Take over to Harris by Mina to Moné. The challenger in control of the champion now using the stats for a sunset tornado DDT on the floor.
You can't win by count out, though. Now you got, that might have been a detriment to Mina, because now you got dead weight to pick up.
And again, and somehow Moné able to scout Mina, catch her with a tiger feint kick, single leg, right meteor off the apron. And again, more damage done to those knees, though, by Moné.
I don't know how smart that was to do meteor on a knee that you've been holding in pain this entire match.
Yeah, about to say, of course, there's no give on the floors there. The pads, of course, those mats are to protect the building, not the competitor. Take a look at the replay here. Here's the tornado DDT, single step off the steel ring steps, taking Moné up and over her head. And while you thought she was dead weight, able to scout her, running meteor, and again, drop hard on that right knee, particularly on the floor.
Yeah, that wasn't the most intelligent thing, but like you said, sometimes instinct just takes over.
Up to 9, and Mina able to get in before the 10 count.
I think Mercedes is a little upset.
And both champion and challenger, hands full of hair. To your point again, Mercedes Moné blames Mina for the fact she lost the Strong Women's Championship when Mina got pinned by Asume at Resurgence in this very state. Ooh. Wrist lock on both women. Yeah, wrist lock on both these women colliding each other with these vicious elbows.
This arena hasn't been good to Mercedes.
No, it has not. You are absolutely correct. Average whip reversal. Moné in the corner. Mina grabbing her jaw. Oh, and runs to the single boot.
Ow! Ow!
Sunset, roll over, roll through, and Moné follows through with the running Meteora again.
Again, but let's see. She immediately clutches her knee. How much damage are you doing to yourself by continuously doing Meteoras?
And I'm not sure how much of that sunset flip into the corner, to your point, she got as she's still hobbling on that leg. Still running in, though, with the knees. Those knees being her best weapon, honestly, in her AEW career. Cover, hook of the leg, kick out at 2. Referee might pose the impaired position.
I mean, I guess if you're making a sacrifice for the impact of your offensive move, I guess it's worth it in the end.
Well, again, how much are you willing to sacrifice to be champion? Timeless Toni Storm 1 point says, are you willing to die? When she was defending that title against the Glen Mariah May. And she did die for a period of time when she lost last year at All In Wembley to somebody she looked at as her daughter. Great counter, though, by Mina, who's literally crushing that knee into the mat, just driving as hard as she can. Uh-oh. Down the dragon screw leg whip. Hello, Leslie. Damn, that move at the side. And once again, looking for the glamorous figure 4 leg lock in the center of the ring.
How smart is this by Mina, man?
Again, though, look at the reach. Look at the reach of Moné, though. Finger grip on the rope to force the break.
Grip the rope, break the hold all you want. The damage has still already been done.
But all that matters is getting that 3 count. At the end of the day, you can wear an opponent down as much as you can. It doesn't matter until you render a decision. Moné somehow back up to her feet. While Mina up to the top rope out of the corner. That's it, Sling Blade! Cover to New Shadow!
It's much shit. And you know, I gave Mercedes a lot of shit. I
know that.
I don't think she'll tap out.
Yeah, her spirit will give out before she passes out. You can say the same thing for both of these women.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly glamorous driver. Counter. Mercedes Moné. Now maybe looking for the backslide. Uh-oh. Hooking up Mina. Possibly for the Moné maker. Able to scout it. Go up and over. Trap the arm. Roll around. Rolling elbow connects the CEO. Again in the back of the head.
Ah!
Oh, and a high kick rocks the CEO down the mat.
Man, the momentum is on Mina's side right now.
Again, take a look at the replay. Watch this kick. Picture perfect on the temple.
Dude, right to the jaw. Ah.
Back fist, the Hurricane hits. Now Mina hooking up Moné. Can she hoist her up? Driver!
She got it!
And she does the deal to cover. No!
Holy shit, I thought that was it. They got me on that one.
2 9/10 to a new TBS champion.
Dude, you gotta admit, you thought it was over.
I literally was about to jump out of my chair.
I cannot
I
wait.
actually jump out of my chair during these watch-along calls. That would have done it. Once again, looking for the glamorous driver. Moné able to scout it, though. Uh-oh. Got a backstabber. Oh,
Yeah,
Mina back to her feet. Grabs their knee through Moné. Clever lateral kick out. 1.
Come on, Mina.
Hey, you gotta look at the heart of the champion here, though, Walter. Refusing to go down. Uh-oh, got Mina hooked. Oh, man.
Ooh. I thought she was going to tombstone her. That's a nice move there.
Yeah, what a counter by Mercedes Moné into basically a gut buster or a lung blower. Driving both her knees again into the sternum of Mina. Let's take a look at the replay to your point. Caught Mina running in, tombstone position, and drove her knees straight into her chest.
Dude, we might be back to square one now here, Noah.
That press with a far leg and kick out at 2 by Mina.
I don't know who has the momentum right now.
It's a hell of a match right now, though, to kick off AEW Dynamite. We go all in 10 days. And again, folks, Dynamite, Collision, StarCast, Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, and All in Texas. All next week, all in week, July 9th through 12th, courtesy of All Elite Wrestling. Looking for the Moneymaker again. Kazuchika, roll through Mina, steps forward. Oh, wait a minute, Moné, hook of the head, got the shoulders down, took the legs, small package, Moné retains!
By the skin of her teeth, dude.
But think about the move she used, Walter. Small package versus Timeless Toni Storm, who uses the biggest package to win her matches. Not to mention, that is the exact same way, that Toni Storm beat Mina Shirakawa to retain the championship. And now Moné looking to make a statement against Toni Storm's friend, running away.
And isn't that how Mina beat Toni to become the number 1 contender to be added to that match before?
That's exactly correct. Toni Storm, oh no! The belt to the back of the head.
Spoiler, I put my prediction out there. Now that this happened, I don't think Tony's losing now.
And now Mercedes with cake. Celebrating her 1000th match.
You know you don't eat carbs or that kind of frosting. Get out of here.
And Mercedes Moné now just adding insult to injury as she celebrates her 1000th match with a victory, retaining the TBS Championship. Will her 1001st match culminate in the AEW Women's World Championship when she sees the greatest spotlight in AEW at the expense of Timeless Toni Storm? We'll find out next week when we go all in.
You know what? Keep in mind, Toni promised Mina she wouldn't interfere with the match. Mina never promised Toni she wouldn't interfere with the match and All In.
Yeah, well, speaking of interference, what's it going to take for Kazuchika Okada to finally beat Kenny Omega and prove that he is truly the best bout machine? Looking to send a statement at the expense of his golden lover, Kota Ibushi. Still to come later in the night, where heroes and villains will continue to collide. Brought to you by Superman. We still have Swerve for Osprey and Delisco versus the Beast Mortals. And of course, up next still, Kota Ibushi and the Young Bucks collide against Paragons, Kyle Riley, Roderick Strong, and Bandito. Here's an interesting fact for you, Walter. Bandito has not been in the ring with the Young Bucks since All in 2018, before AEW existed. Speaking of the Young Bucks, looks like they had something going on earlier today. And let's not forget where we're at, folks. Ontario, California, Young Bucks home turf. As we got a bit of a promo here, and I see some of y'all's comments. Safet saying, what a match. We were this close to a new TBS champion, but it just was not meant to be.
Just as a reminder, you mentioned Okada Omega. I'm going to show. These are the stats, the history of them. Well, let me not. Hold on. I don't want it scrolling. I want you to. I want it freezing. I don't want to.
No, I mean, it's all good, dude, because you know I'm going to look at the stats when it comes to Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega. This is their 5th ever singles encounter. Of course, we talk about what many people thought was just a trilogy. That's not the case. They have 4 matches in New Japan. And of
there
course,
you go. I have to scroll it, otherwise it won't save it because it's too many letters. But that's their history right there.
Yep, we'll be talking about that a whole lot more, folks. Get close to All In and get close to Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi, as it looks like the Young Bucks are taking a trip down memory lane.
Oh, Lord.
Well, again, we are in the Young Bucks home turf, but, you know, anyway. And shout out to Mega Wrestling, JJ Bloom, saying they're literally 10 minutes.
I was gonna say this is his favorite segment.
Oh, Lord. And Dwayne Atkinson saying, OMG, she just made a John Cena reference. I mean, are you really surprised? I'm about to say. As we got a full commercial break, fuck television. Woo! Well, go ahead, take that graphic down. First off, Mina Shirakawa, tremendous match again, but it just was not meant to be, as Moné not only beats her, but sends a very painful statement to Timeless Tony Storm. Again, will she be Timeless Tony Storm's final curtain call as the AEW Women's World Champion? We'll find out next weekend. Oh, wow. I still want Mina to become a champion, though. There's so many
She will eventually.
Oh, I know.
But go ahead if you want to read that out, just because the history that they have, and you're the history man. When it starts over, you can read. I mean, you know it by heart, but just for the folks to be able to physically see it.
I've watched it. I've watched it verbatim this year up to this point because Dominion, because of Wrestle Kingdoms, because of G1 climaxes. It was Wrestle Kingdom 11 where Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada not only put New Japan but put professional wrestling on a different scale of a map, even with biased journalists making Star Systems now their new money feed. You know who you are. I don't buy into that shit, but it's still one of the greatest matches of all time. And it was, of course, Kazuchika Okada that won that night, beating Kenny Omega. Later on, though, there was a match in the G1 climax where, of course, Kenny Omega did get the better of Kazuchika Okada. And then we go to Dominion where, of course, Okada and Omega had a 60-minute freaking match to a draw. Cody Rhodes, the freaking Gato, the Bullet Club at the time were absolutely insane and apoplectic at that. And Okada was lucky to leave the ring on his own power without Gato, which he couldn't do. Never was Kazuchika Okada ever in that state prior to that. Period. You think about then that Kazuchika Okada went on continually to still hold on to the IWGP version 4 championship, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. 12 defenses. When he reached number 13 as Kenny Omega was exiled from Bullet Club after Cody Rhodes' Civil War broke out. He reunited with his Golden Lover. He had a fallout with the Elite. The Elite came together to become the Golden Elite after somehow, some way, sacrificing everything but his friend to get what he has eluded him. The IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Took 63 minutes. 2 out of 3 falls, no time limit. Okada with the challenge to Omega himself. And it bit the champion in the ass. Not only did Okada lose the title, he lost himself, Eminem style. Scooby-Doo, pink hair, balloons, smile, and eventually lost Gato as we entered the cutthroat era. As, of course, Kenny Omega was the IWGP Heavyweight Champion before a battle of emotion and passion at Wrestle Kingdom 13 culminated in Hiroshi Tanahashi becoming the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And, of course, Kenny Omega became All Elite as this idea to change the world came into fruition, which was created by Tony Khan and others, that became AEW. And now here we are celebrating 300 episodes, going into the biggest show ever in this company's history, bringing back a classic where Kazuchika Okada is now the Kenny Omega in this position, aligned with Don Callis, who knows both these men so incredibly well, as he looks to prove that he is not only the best bot machine, but the greatest wrestler of all time, by any means necessary. It's Okada and Omega 5 at All In for the first ever AEW Unified Champion. But tonight, Kota Ibushi fights on behalf of a fallen friend and a golden lover. Still to come. As we now get ready to see who will be number 2 in the Casino Gauntlet with a black and gold Burberry Titantron. It's time for a fatal 4-way for the number 2 spot. The Casino Gauntlet match. And first coming out is MJF.
Why are we
hurts to get in tow?
Why are we going down memory lane with stupid ass Young Bucks instead of showing the highlights of the 300 episodes of Dynamite?
I'm pretty sure YouTube wouldn't be able to culminate all that. But if you want to look at a highlight package, go look at Denise Salcedo's top 10 moments in her opinion. Great video.
I'm just saying, show the highlights from the first episode. Show from the 200. Show from the 100. Don't show freaking Young Bucks walking around their hometown. Like, don't give me that shit.
Here's another stat for you that might annoy you. The Young Bucks have competed on each 100-level episode of Dynamite since day one. 0, 100, 200, and of course, to come on 300 tonight. But as MJF has also been a guy in AEW since day one, he is also the longest reigning AEW World Champion. And now he has a chance to try and punch an easier ticket towards getting back his Triple B and becoming number 2 in the Casino Gauntlet, but he's got quite a field to beat. And MJF is the only man in this match familiar with all 3 other opponents in some capacity.
I just want to remind you, there's no DQs in the Fatal 4-Way, and Mystical is in this building. Just saying.
About to say, let's not forget MJF's first list of enemies, including going back home to MLW and adding insult to injury to a man he couldn't beat fairly in Mystical. Not to mention, Jet Speed could also be in the building, who are hell-bent on hurrying the Hurt Syndicate and seizing the AEW with Tag Team Championships. Speaking of being hell-bent, Anthony Bowens has been on hell-bent on proving why he is the 5-2 player and the prime professional wrestling. Big opportunity for Anthony Bowens here tonight, and you see him escorted not by Billy Gunn, coming out here tonight by himself. He told Billy Gunn that something has to change.
Imagine what this will do for the career if he's able to win this one. Just not only because he's number 2 now, but just think about the caliber of opponents he has to beat tonight in order to win this match.
And he also has gone all in the last 2 years, let's forget. And of course, the very first all in, he won the AEW Trios Championships. Speaking of Trios Champions, here comes one of those very men he beat for those titles in Violence Unlimited, Brody King.
Got to be one of the favorites to win tonight.
Not just because, of course, he's a student out of Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy, but he's also 3-1 in his past 4 matches. This Hound of Hell that brings the Vines with an AEW record of over 61 wins. And, of course, was part of the House of Black, who held the Trios Championships for 25 weeks. He also has a singles victory over Maxwell Jacob Friedman prior to AEW. Ironically enough, it was an MLW in 2018.
This is going to be a hell of a match.
And let's not forget, the winner of this match will be number 2, going up against number 1, at least in the Casino Gauntlet, which we found out last week was Mark Briscoe. For those that don't know, Casino Gauntlet match, it really works as simple as this. First pinfall or submission, you will get a guaranteed World Championship match. And it can happen anytime during the Gauntlet. As little as 2, as much as what we've seen lately, up to 21. All reigns are underway for this Fatal 4-Way.
Which is why it's unique. That kind of Gauntlet match, you do want to be in the early numbers.
And it looks like MJF's trying to buy his way towards that spot, giving Brody King a wad of cash. Trying to bribe him.
Oh, man. You can't throw it to the crowd, man?
You really think he cares about those people's budgets in California? And MJF bailing right now. Again, though, to your point, Hurt Syndicate are at ringside. Now MJF hiding against the announce desk. And again, the Hurt Syndicate right now playing defense.
I think the ref found his bonus in the ring.
About to say, is the referee picking up that money?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, my God!
Double clothesline by a single man, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Brody King just wiped out AR Fox and Anthony Bowens, while MJF is hiding behind the Hurt Syndicate. A sidestep, there goes Bowens into the barricade. And Brody King's probably the only man I know right now on this roster that is not afraid of taking 3 men on in a fight. Even the likes of the Hurt Syndicate.
I think he might be the only man that can, actually. Oh, we've seen what he does with chairs and corners.
Oh, God, and AR Fox just got crushed by a runaway bus. And Brody King is on the move again as he crushes Bowens to the opposite side.
Braun Breaker might have competition with a big man who can run fast.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Brody King do a spear while MJF has taken Eric Abani's commentary chair. Yeah, MVP with the game plan, as he says, let the idiots kill each other, you clean up the scraps. And we know how influential MVP has been in the career of Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
I mean, talk to all the shit you want. It's smart strategy.
You said yourself, fair 4 ways, no qualifications, pick your position. And right now we got 3 men wearing each other out in the middle of the ring. And right now, AR Fox evading Anthony Bowens. Catching AR Fox, though. Press kick to Brody King's midsection. Up kick. Now Bowens possibly looking for the famous sir.
Man, AR Fox could have got a concussion the way he landed on the side of his head. Did you see that?
Yeah, about to say that was a very messy wedding, but quite a takeover though there. Now we got AR Fox and Henry Bowens fighting out one-on-one. AR Fox so unique in his offense. Up and over. Didn't get the full rebound. Transitioning now. Double stomp on the apron. Brody King taking down, single leg kick.
Hard to keep up with this guy.
AR Fox has always been somebody that has impressed me ever since Lucha Underground. Now springing up the top rope.
What the hell?
Implosion senton wipes Brody King out.
Shelton Benjamin even gave him the thumbs up.
I don't think Shelton Benjamin's done anything like that in his career. Oh, man.
Draping DDT. Ah, damn, Noah. He really hit him on the top of the head right there.
And spiked him on the apron. Meanwhile, Brody King might be looking to fly again.
Big man can fly.
Tope Suicida wiping AR Fox and Bowens out on the outside. Oh, and they're having a steel chair. And
Brody.
The appointment's legal.
Yep, Brody can fly without an airplane. Look at that.
And they're trying to steal like a thief in the night named Batman to go to full commercial break. Fuck television, that scumbag. I'll say we're maybe brought to you by Superman, but you might as well call MJF the anti-Batman.
Man, why? Damn, why didn't they go side by? Oh, because it's not TBS.
It's Max. And man, that's the one flaw about Max, I will say, despite the 4K and the Dolby sound, they do not have restaurant quality picture-in-picture. And to think, for a point, we didn't care about picture-in-picture. But since you're the Max, you sometimes kind of miss it, but still you kind of know the concept. It's not going to end during commercial break. In the history of AEW, only one match has ended during picture-in-picture. And it was a squash with Orange Cassidy getting the win over a local jobber.
Yep. The next commercial break, we're gonna go to a trailer if it's not in the middle of a match.
I agree. And of course, we know we got still heroes versus villains and trios and tag team match before we get to Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega. And I do wonder if John Moxley is going to have any further responses towards the Heyman or the Ops regarding what happened earlier tonight to Marina Shafir. Let's just bring people up to speed in case they don't know why we're almost an hour in. For those that don't know, Heyman Page opened up with another scathing promo challenging John Moxley for the AEW World Championship for all or nothing possibilities, Texas Death Match. It took a lot of convincing, but after he literally called out Claudio Castagnoli and basically John Moxley for what it's worth, we got a yes. And then he decked Marina Shafir with a buckshot layer to prove to John Moxley, I don't have what it takes. I'm not willing to do what it takes. Oh, here's what I'm willing to do it takes. I'm willing to drop a bitch. And that's what he did. Marina Shafir, I swear, she'll take a bullet for John Moxley if it takes is great.
He buckshot her into oblivion.
Right? To the point that Claudio had to freaking seize the scraps. I still can't. Shafir, though, mad respect. For anyone that talks about Shafir, man, get out of here, all right? That's one tough woman.
That is.
And you know that, of course, you watch her in Bloodsport. And stay tuned, folks, as Walter Cruz and James Hebert will be covering Bloodsport and so much more coming up. Of course, Walter Cruz is our combat sports aficionado and also our guy with the tech, neat, to say the least. Mr. Reliable, always appreciate you. And of course, we also saw Mina Shirakawa take Moné nearly to the limit, but it was Moné with the small package, not the biggest package, to retain the TBS championship and then deck the champion from behind.
Man, Mina came within a fraction of a second of winning that title. You got to give Mercedes credit for kicking out of that.
Glamorous driver. Again, you can tell what you want about the character, but when it comes to the bell-to-bell competitor, Moné backs up what she calls herself, but I'm not sure backing up for MJF and the Brody King's the smartest idea.
MJF might be a little too overconfident right now, Noah.
This might be the last man. Oh, MJF wanted to be in the ring with. And let's just put it out there. All these men are still bound to be possibly in that Casino Gauntlet. This is just for the number 2 spot, because in the Casino Gauntlet, you want to be out there earlier rather than later because you got a better chance to get a decision. First pinfall submission in that match guarantees that person an AEW Championship match. Oh,
wow,
man.
MJF landed on his feet.
And both those feet landed on Brody King. MJF double dip AR Fox and Anthony Bowens. AR Fox and Bowens working together against MJF and Brody. King awards them both out with a lariat. All 4 men down.
You might have to put your differences aside and work with MJF just to take Brody King down.
Well, at this point, though, MJF's got the insurance policy. I mean, yeah, Brody King's got violence, but MJF still has the Hurt Syndicate at ringside.
Yep. And still,
Of course.
Mystico's luring around somewhere over there in the history of what happened in Mexico. Don't
Yeah,
be
let's not
surprised.
forget Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight also and Spiel My Billy might not be too far behind after what happened to them. Blockbuster DDT chain reaction by Bowens there, wiping out Brody King MJF.
I guess an inverted double team.
And sometimes, you just use your opponent to the best of your ability. Kick of the shin. AR Fox, Kabanagami Guri. And now Bowens. Oh!
Oh!
Twisting DDT, the cover, kick at 2.5.
Damn, dude, AR Fox has been dropped on his head like 4 times in this match already.
Well, AR Fox has been known to defy limits if you've watched his career like I have against the likes of Swerve Strickland.
Lucky he has an afro that's soft to the blow a little.
The Irish whip, AR Fox on the ropes. Bowens, the sidestep, sent to the outside. Now MJF taking out the knee by AR Fox. Good trip up. Now AR Fox falling up, wiping out Bowens and MJF.
Nice 2-for-1 there.
Oh, the leg sweep by AR Fox. The slingshot, headlock, roll through, hook him up. Corkscrew brainbuster. Cover by AR Fox. Kick out at 2 by MJF.
I don't even think unorthodox is a fitting word for AR Fox. This dude does some shit.
Yeah, it's called innovative at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Brody came back up to his feet, though. Uh-oh. Wash off!
Ow.
Down goes Bowens.
Somebody check on Bowens' ribs, please.
Yeah, especially that boss man level slam. Cannonball in the corner to Bowens. And Brody came out to go Bowens.
Oh, trifecta.
Yeah,
might go for the strike.
He's looking for the turkey here. And MJF right now is the last pin to be crushed.
Let's go.
And here comes Brody King. MJF gets out of the way.
Lucky. It's always that one damn pin.
MJF right now driving his knee through Bowens and driving his knee for AR Fox. Rising knee strike. Singling out AR Fox, the average whip. Hard arm drag into Bowens. Ducks underneath Brody King. There's a roll up on Brody King, the cover. Brody gets out at 2.
He had a handful of tights and he still kicked out. MJF definitely pulled his tights.
Again, though, outside the referee's vision, MJF right now trying to be as flexible as possible with the fact that there is no disqualification in this match.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. There ain't no cheating in the Fatal 4-Way. Everything's legal.
Including that steel chair. Oh!
The old Big Show spot.
Hello!
And
I think Brody King got the pin stabbed to the corner.
I think we might get that turkey.
3-for-1 special with the cannonball. Now dragging MJF towards center. Here's the cover. Kick out 2.5.
3-for-1 specials fitting. Most places have sales on July 4th week.
I'm about to say, fireworks galore already going on tonight here. Oh, the cutter. MJF wiping out Brody King. Now Bowens with the stunner. AR Fox with the step-o. Oh! Everyone right now is just getting dropped. Oh, pop-up!
Everyone's stunned.
All around. And Brody King, back press on AR Fox, 2 9/10.
Everyone's stunned.
And everyone nearly got pinned in this situation. Brody King looking to hook AR Fox, possibly for Dante's Inferno. AR on the apron. Mark Briscoe winning the #1 spot as we talked about earlier.
Nice high kick by AR Fox.
Yeah, no kidding. Now AR Fox to the top rope. 450 connects on Brody. Cover. 2. No.
These men want it. And again, the uniqueness of this gauntlet, you want to be in the early spots.
Yeah, Anthony Bowens with the mollywop wiped out AR Fox. Meanwhile, MJF,
I think he's trying to go for the hammerlock.
DDT package. And MJF looking to heat seek Brody King. Brody Sam up and over on the apron.
Took too much time.
Gets caught. We've seen this spot before. The headman's news to MJF by Brody King.
If he didn't take the time to say Brody sucks before that move, he might have hit it.
Yeah, exactly. Again, MJF's own freaking hubris. Oh, man.
Draping
dropped
DDT.
from the ropes with the DDT. Now Bowens and AR Fox is legal. And the arrival by Bowens to AR Fox.
Come on, pin him.
Right here. About to say, Bowens is fired up, and to your point, did not go for the decision. AR Fox immediately going to the apron. Grizzly mad done by Brody King now, as MJF is out of the picture for the time being. And now Bowens, hot dog Gonzo bomb!
It's over.
Brody, cover! No, AR Fox breaks it up.
Yeah, if AR Fox crossface.
No, that's all the earth. The armbar's in, and that's it. That's it. MJF stole it. MJF wins.
He fair and square though. He stole his fair and square.
Just like that, trapping the arm of AR Fox for the Saw of the Earth Fujiwara armbar. MJF is the number 2 entrant in the men's casino gauntlet match.
If he hits that in the early going during the casino gauntlet, he wins that title shot before the gauntlet even can get a third person.
MJF is no stranger to the gauntlets. Let's not forget, he was part of the very first ever casino gauntlet match at Double or Nothing 2019. And he was in the final 2, only to lose to him and Adam Page. The critical number 2 position, though, to your point, for the Hurt Syndicate's newest member. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Well, speaking of the numbers, here goes number 1, Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe has had some unique words, including about MJF's, I'm not even going to read that shirt.
MJF has a tiny kosher pickle.
Mark Briscoe is my favorite wrestler. Congratulating him. Texas. He the number 1 entry. And uninterrupted ass whooping for at least 3 moments in time. That's true. It'll be MJF and Mark Briscoe for at least 3 minutes, one-on-one. Yep, the kosher pickle chants are raining out. I mean, MJF is eating a fair share of pickles, so I mean, you know, that's almost kind of suiting, you know?
I guess. When did this pickle thing become a thing?
Last week. Yeah, I talking to MJF, I called him blue collar bitch on national TV last week.
Let's not forget MJF's history, though. It might not have been a gauntlet, but he's won a casino ladder match as a Joker before.
Gotta say, he wears blue collar badge and honor, but calling him a bitch, that's just waiting to get MJF a beatdown he's got coming. Oh, he's 2 steps ahead of you. Next week on Dynamite. Mark Briscoe wants a talkie talk with MJF next week on Dynamite and asks him to leave the Hurts again in the back.
He wants a promo battle?
I'm for it. Let's freaking go. These two got some great chemistry.
They want a promo battle.
Hey, sometimes a promo battle is actually worthwhile when it's the right 2 people that know how to do it.
Well, we know these 2 know how to do it.
You're damn right we do. We'll see if MJF's kosher pickle is as big as his larynx.
Let's see if he proves he has big cojones instead of a tiny pickle and accepts the challenge.
And maybe he'll actually mature that to a cucumber. Who knows? Anyway, American Casino Gauntlet match next week, Saturday. And wait a minute. Well, I don't think business is done yet for the Hurt Syndicate. I did talk about Jet Speed earlier. Kevin Nash beat on Mike Bailey, who pulled out the AEW Tag Team Championships last week and got decked through a table. Oh, man.
Yeah, they're in the apron, in the entrance. Mystico's got to be somewhere around behind.
Yeah, right now, Jet Speed is literally outpacing the Hurt Syndicate, wiping out Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley on the outside. Oh, my. And look at the bandage rib cages, though, of Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. I don't know if this is wise, again, at this point. I'm just saying.
It's like walking around with a target on your back.
Especially when the people that will exploit that target are named Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley.
Especially when their motto is "We hurt people." Do you really want to come in hurt?
Well, I mean, MVP did say if they could come back to the ring walking, then maybe we'll let you challenge the Government Tag Team Championships. And I don't think Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are going to let them walk out of this building.
I don't know. That could be added to All In. You never know.
Well, what condition will they be in, Walter? Like, seriously.
I don't know. But based on these damn knees by Bobby Lashley, I don't think.
About to say, if you have a mark on your chest, if you have a target, the hurts to get will no doubt exploit it. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin pissed off into that cheap assault.
Did you see the impact of just a regular ass scoop slam by Shelton? Damn.
Well, I guess damage done once again as MVP and MJF watch on from the entranceway. About to say, Kevin Knight, people might barely. There may be a better time for this. That's me saying finish the job. We're still standing. What the hell are you thinking, man?
They want a title shot.
How much are you willing to sacrifice of yourself?
In a weird way, this might earn the Hurt Business's respect.
Well, I mean, there's toughness and then there's foolishness. Which one do you think Spiel Mike Billy and Kevin Knight are exhibiting right now?
Stupidity.
And right now, the Hurt Syndicate might be done with these two. Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley got Kevin Knight's speedball hooked up here. Oh, God! Oh!
Damn, he left him dangling before he did that powerbomb.
Yeah, talk about deadlift powerbomb into oblivion.
If they get up again.
Oof.
They're like Rocky. They don't understand the meaning of stay down.
Well, they hurt people. The Hurt Syndicate doing exactly what they're billed to do.
And the Jet is still getting up.
We won't back down. We won't back down. Speedball and Kevin Knight are still asking for more?
MJF saying what I'm saying. Stay down.
For once, I agree with that scumbag. This is ridiculous. And Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are again fighting with Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey, who might as well be fighting for their lives.
You might as well say they are.
Again, intentional fortitude is one thing, but intelligence is another. Preserve yourself for a different time.
Look at these shoulder tackles.
Oh, God, what a rising knee strike.
I think MJF hit him with the cane to the rib, too. It was like very subtle, but I think he hit him. I don't know if you noticed it.
Yeah, I think you're right off camera. Kevin Knight literally grounded. The Jet grounded, and once again, Speedball Mike Bailey hoisted up on Bobby Lashley's shoulder for a dominator.
I would love to if they showed a replay, because I swear MJF hit him off camera with the cane to the rib. Now stay the hell down, guys. There's a point where it's just too much.
And about to say, you might as well be stacking literally just bodies or timber on a fire.
Kevin Knight's still moving, Noah. Is enough enough?
I don't know. For Kevin Knight through Mike Bailey, the jury is out.
It might be showing their own version of Superman, but I keep getting up.
Yeah, well, even Superman has kryptonite. Kevin Knight has a mic. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
When is enough enough, Noah?
You know how to hurt people. When it comes to those towels, you guys gotta learn how to kill us.
Look, even it's to the point that even MVP's backing them up like enough is enough. This might get added to the pre-show.
Oh, hell no! Kevin Knight just said your mama must have really taught you how to be line antenna because you hit like a bitch because I want you one-on-one now on Collision 100.
Did he just challenge Shelton Benjamin to a singles match?
Yes, he did on Collision 100.
Is the indication if they win, they get a title match? If he wins
How
the
about they
single match?
survive? All right, seriously. Still to come though, as heroes and villains collide. When we come back, we'll be getting trios action as we go to another commercial break. Fuck television. Kevin Knight, you're either the bravest individual or the stupidest individual I've ever seen in a wrestling ring, and that's saying something.
Well, let's go. Let's go to our own little commercial.
Oh yeah, for those that don't know, when we got full commercial, if you think we bring the energy, the hype, the excitement, the delight, and the insight on Dynamite, get a load of this.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Attention, Brittany Brooks here.
This is your NWA Women's World Television Champion.
This is the TNA Knockouts World Champion, Masha Slamovich.
Subscribe to Rage of Wrestling on YouTube. Póngase verde.
You better subscribe right now ahora to Rage of Wrestling.
Subscribe to Rage of Wrestling on YouTube.
Everybody, make sure you subscribe to Rage of Wrestling on YouTube and get them to 200 subscribers. Let's go! Hey there.
And if you haven't figured it out by now, on sign up, subscribe. We truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, react, cover, and look into all the wrestling. Welcome back here once again to our coverage of AEW Dynamite 300, where heroes and villains will collide tonight in sponsorship of Superman. And so much more as we visit a Wrestle Kingdom main event still to come. Hope you're all enjoying the reactions, the conversation. If you haven't already, subscribe and please follow along with us. Stay tuned with us as we go all in next week as we got a stretch limousine pulling up to the building.
Since when is JBL in AEW?
About the horns, but hey, at least not Jordan's on the hood, but I think we all know who's inside that vehicle. That is, of course, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. It's the hometown boys.
Sorry, JJ. I know when they come on screen.
Well, I guess you could say when it comes to him, they leave him no choice. As right now, the Young Bucks, of course, are competing not just from episode 1, not just from episode 100, not just from episode 200, but now are competing on episode 300. That was trios action.
Are we really on their match already? Sheesh.
Well, considering that a person that is going to face them and possibly expunge them of their EVP positions next week at All In was suspended, they probably want to make sure they have an easy, short, early night ahead of All In Texas.
I guess.
And let's not forget, Walter, to my point, next week at All In, it will be Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay challenging the Young Bucks in tag team as the former only 3-time AEW tag team champions, where if Swerve and Ospreay win, the Young Bucks are no longer EVPs of All Elite Wrestling.
Lord, I've been begging for that day. Can that please happen? Please, please. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I showing bias?
I mean, it's not the first time I've heard of a revolution as we are about to celebrate America's independence. We celebrate AEW Dynamite 300th episode tonight. So I don't think it's too far-fetched, but you might as well be in Bizarro World as the Young Bucks right now get a rousing ovation from the hometown faithful. Of course, these guys have been followed along all the time since PWG, lest we forget.
You missed it before they came on. I know it's physically impossible because the way time works with the 60 seconds, but if they, because of the father gimmick, end this match in 17 minutes and 76 seconds, I will fucking lose it. It would be hilarious.
I guarantee you, someone on Wikipedia is going to make it that time on purpose because you said that. Numbers. Here comes the former Neverweight champion, the Alpha Kazuchika Takeshita. And of course, Kota Takeshita has already called out the Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito and will challenge for that title next week, Friday, at Supercard of Honor. He also will compete in this year's G1 Climax in New Japan Pro Wrestling shortly after we go all in. And speaking of tag team legacies, tag team wrestling, talk about PWG, talk about ROH, you better put Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong in that conversation. The Paragon. Of course, I've seen Kyle O'Reilly when he was formerly the Ring of Honor World Champion. Speaking of Ring of Honor World Champion, here comes the most wanted man with that very title, Bandito. Bandito. I still can't believe Bandito and the Young Bucks have not collided at all since All In 2018 before AEW even existed. Shout out to my friend Lex. Shout out to the AEW fan, by the way. I know they're watching along. King, and of course, my friend King, the KG King. King A-Train will be going All In next week. Hope to have him on Sleep Addicting next week, Wednesday. Love you, brother. Former AEW Trios Chairman, former AEW Tag Team Chairman, the Young Bucks, of course, who have done it all. Tag Team Wrestling follows their careers as far as the business goes. From the backyards and the back streets to the big stage. Referee Rick Knox for this contest, PWG all around. I want to give a shout out, by the way, to our Canadian friend Ash again, who, of course, is a huge AEW and NJPW fan. Of course, plan is for her, I imagine, to give us a little bit of a bracketology on the G1 Climax. And apologies, folks, for not covering Dominion. Prayers are passions. The time wasn't there, but we do hope to do that as a retro watch along at some point. As Kota Takeshita did lose the Neverweight title to Bolton Oleg. He is no longer the Neverweight champion. Bandito right now, landing on his feet. Reverse roll, look for Gutierrez, Kanosuke, able to scout it though, waiting for the arm drag taken over by the Ring of Honor World Champion. A side step, up and around, up in the Argentine backbreaker position. Whoa. You go, oh, wait for that knee, power drive knee. Big axe handle miss, and whoa. A bit of standoff here though. And tag made now, I believe that is Nick Jackson, Nicholas Jackson. Again, All In Texas, tune to shape up. There you see the official graphic, Walter. John Moxley will defend the AEW World Championship now against him and Adam Page in a Texas death match. Double arm ringer right now. Bandito hoisted up, and oh man, backbreaker. Backbreaker, swinging a neckbreaker combination by the Young Bucks. Kyle O'Reilly. By the way, shout out to Kyle O'Reilly. What was an amazing battle of the Kyles last week on Collision. And stay tuned, folks. We will be covering Collision 100 this weekend. And right now, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson in control here. Straight up Paragon, Adam Cole might be having a TNT Championship match here very soon against Kyle Fletcher once again, as he successfully retained his TNT Championship against another member of the Don Kyle's family this past weekend in the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander. And now look at Paragon here with a knee drop backbreaker. Combination there to Matthew Jackson. Now Nicholas Jackson set off the rope. Double arm drag, backbreaker. Kyle O'Reilly with the PK. Of course, Paragon, former Undisputed Era, Undisputed Kingdom, former NXT Tag Team Champions, Roderick Strong, former NXT North American Champion, AEW National Champion. And I call it a super kick. And start your counter, Walter. Whoa! I knew you were going to do that. Single leg.
No.
No.
I'm not. I'm working on something. You'll see.
Brother. Bandito right now going on the rope. Spun flop wipes the Bucks on the outside. And now look at the outfield. Look at the fly. Tope calling hello. Wiping out Bandito.
Oh, did you see how close he was to the table, though? Holy
exactly.
shit.
The sound of Konosuke avoiding certain disaster. Will we see a catastrophe? Stay tuned. Restaurant Quiet Picture in Picture. Fuck television. Or if you're on Max, full commercial break. Yeah, come. Anyway, hello, Charles. Good to see you. He may be the most wanted, but the wanted man is Bandito. And right now, no one cares about Timu Nemeth and the Hollywood hunks. Brother.
This is what I was working on, just to give people that tune in later an update of what happened so far, what we see.
What? Yes, you're the ticker. Oh, I see the live results. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, I just hope everyone's just having fun with our coverage and enjoying the discussion. As of course, we continue bringing people all in to, of course, All In. I cannot wait for this fucking pay-per-view. Yes, I bought it. And again, folks, you can purchase the pay-per-view yourself, your pay-per-view provider, international, probably in Select Dam & Busters, or Amazon Prime. So again, support wrestling if you can, and enjoy the show with us as well. I have no idea who I'm covering it with, but at this point, I don't care. It could be special guests in every match. I'm watching that show, damn it. It's the only show that matters to me.
We have a lot of cast at the same time that day.
Yeah, well, I know where my focus is at, because as far as I'm concerned, it's AEW's biggest proving ground to date. They're going all in for the first time here in America. And according to what I've heard, it's going to be one of those things, though. What? I don't know if I mentioned it to you now, but hey, why am I always the hardest working man here, it seems sometimes.
What's Saturday? The Collision 100? No, that's Thursday.
No, I know what he means on Saturday. Nah. All right, I got you. Story of my life. He couldn't do that behind the scenes, though. I couldn't get the anonymous general manager do. Just put it out there. So once again, I'll be moderating the weekly conversation of wrestling matters that is the Saturday Shenanigans.
Oh, yeah, you're the backup host. You're the best.
Y'all nice, all right? Just do what I love, all right? And it's not about me, it's about wrestling. But I appreciate you all always.
On the Spaces, They praised me of how hard I work, and I said, don't think we don't all work hard. No, especially you work so.
Look, I just do what Cody Rhodes says. I do the work, all right? And at the end of the day, it's humility and humbleness that makes you a better person and also encourages kindness and a better behavior out of others. Young Bucks can learn a thing or two about that sometimes. We are back here at AEW Dynamite 300, Ontario, California, the Toyota Arena, capacity crowd on hand. Trios action, Bandito and the Paragons, Brother Strong, Colorado, taking on the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Keshka. Oh, God, what a pop-up cutter!
Next week is going to be a hell of a... I'm looking forward to the promo between MJF and Briscoe.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Tag made now on both sides. Roderick Strong, the sick kick.
Wait, there was only one tag. Why are both Jacksons in the... Okay.
And you know that the Jacksons are going to come into play for each other, and of course, it's the heels. They got to play. Olympic Slam, as Roderick Strong takes the better of all three men here. And, oh, wait a minute. Trying to hook up Matthew, and good backbreaker over Konosuke's back by the Messiah of the backbreaker.
He was struggling to get Matt up there.
Well, Matthew was trying to restrain that because we all know Matthew still has a compromised back to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Now going to work with those running forearms, blind tag made though by Nicholas. I don't think Roderick Strong was aware as he dropped Matthew with the gore buster, swinging a miss. Matthew wiping out Kyle O'Reilly, catches Roderick Strong with a high kick. Spinning soul out to the midsection, rolling kick routes Roderick Strong, and a running knee strike to Bandito out of the corner. Bulldog clothesline combination, Nicholas Jackson on fire.
Effective, man.
And now Kyle O'Reilly, the proficient technician, the striker, the violent artist, that Muay Thai background coming into play.
Nice leg sweep.
Yeah, again. Ooh. O'Reilly, I think, caught him in the ribs there. Now look for the guillotine.
Has Kyle O'Reilly registered his legs as lethal weapons yet? Because he needs to.
I'm not sure at this point. And Northern Light suplex here. The locomotion has left the station. And Matthew now looking to send both members of the Paragon for the ride.
Wow, double Northern Light suplex without the bridge.
It's amazing how much he's able to pull that off, despite, again, the damage that he still deals with to this day in his back. While Bandito, one-hand overhead military press by the Ring of Honor World Champion. Now, Konosuke, though, German suplex. The German suplex wrote literally the member of the Fisa. Meanwhile, boom, thunderball! Couldn't go for the cover, all 6 men down.
It's fitting that he didn't go for the cover. We knew he
Oh, shut your face, Walter.
And
all 6
Bandito's
men are
out
down
of it,
right
though.
now. Yeah, I'm about to say a hell of a sequence there. PWG represents anyone's ball game here. Bandito driven down hard, but that blue thunder bomb caught by Konosuke running in.
This might be a case of whoever gets to their feet first.
Isn't that sometimes the case when it comes to this type of multi-person warfare? And Roderick Strong makes the tag to Bandito. And Konosuke look on the other side. Preview. Pop up, stid out, powerball, cover. Oh, no. Good God, the height of that.
Can we give Bandito credit kicking out? That man flew.
By the former 5-time KOD champion from DDT Pro, Konosuke, sending Bandito to the stratosphere.
Man.
Looking for a senton possibly, and now it's all breaking down. Dragon screw leg up by Kyle and Nick, you were saying.
He almost put him through the mat. Forget on the mat.
And again, it will be Bandito defending his Ring of Honor Championship against Konosuke next week, Friday at Supercard of Honor. Superplex by Roderick Strong to Matthew. The knee drop by Kyle O'Reilly to Nicholas. And now Bandito, what the hell?
Is he going to go for a Spanish fly? Oh, no. Oof.
Avalanche, moonsault, power slam, cover of the Farley back press, and broken up by Nicholas Jackson.
Takes a lot more to beat Takesha.
We know that for a fact. Again, this man has held the Neverweight Championship. Oh! More successful defenses than any Neverweight Champion in history. Perpetual motion, though, by Nicholas Jackson, though. Squaring up against Bandito.
A split-legged X Factor?
Basically, yes. And now hoisted up! And the knee dropped across the jaw. And he's in the ropes as Bandito might be looking for the Blackjack 21. Wait a minute. Nicholas lands feet. And Bandito's isolated with both bucks here. Slingshot into Konosuke. Uh-oh.
Tombstone.
Oh, no.
Or at least he's set up for a tombstone.
Oh! The assist with the Kito Ganashi. And the super kick party. Cazadora wheelbarrow suplex takeover. Covered by Konosuke. Oh, everybody breaks it up.
You had to believe. They had to break it up. There's no way Bandito was kicking out of that combination of moves.
And again, what will it take for Konosuke to beat Bandito for the Ring of Honor World Championship? Again, folks, Supercard of Honor, 1 week from Friday for Honor Club members. WatchROH.com, and we will be covering it.
Look at that comment there. No.
I'm not acknowledging WWE BS right now. I'm in a good mood, all right? And JJ's not going to trigger me. I'm in a good mood tonight. This is my night, damn it. Axe and smash combination of Roderick Strong, and yes, he is. And Chad Gable will get well soon. Super kick, block super kick Kyle O'Reilly, rebound, double clothesline. Cheers to Nigel McGuinness. And Kyle O'Reilly now with the guillotine on Konosuke to catch up, bringing the Alpha down the mat. He's got it in tight, Walter. Again, though, look at Konosuke.
That was the right way to reverse that too. To stand up on your legs like that. I mean, not to stand all the way up, but the way he sat up first. That's the way you reverse that.
He was looking for a chop block and ran into a super kick. Super kick party now on full display with the Young Bucks. Oh man, world class. Bends Kyle O'Reilly backwards.
O'Reilly might be out of it, Noah.
Yeah, and I don't think the Young Bucks are done with him yet.
They might do a trigger.
EVP trigger with a power drive knee boost.
I think that was a triple one. Shit.
Raging fire. Cover. And Konosuke with the win. Good Lord. It's a hell of a lethal trios combination of offense there in the end, to your point. A very unique union of the Don Callis family, Konosuke and Takeshita, with the Young Bucks, the EVPs, come out with the win here tonight on Dynamite 300 against Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and Bandito. Of course, we know that. Wait a minute! Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay, who will challenge the Bucks and hopefully relieve them of their EVP power. And I have no interest in finding them tonight. Can't blame the Bucks there for getting out of the ring right now. Oh.
Yep, Swerve's got the mic.
Oh, that's right. I guess we didn't get an answer officially, actually. Swerve Strickland asked for an answer. Swerve and Ospreay challenger match all in Texas. Put the EVT titles on the line.
Clarify a few things.
This is then Swerve and Bill trying to become EVPs. One, I don't trust Will with power. And two, with the EVT titles and someone that belongs to, that is you people, the fans. There's only one person that runs this coming. That's the chairman and CEO, Tony Khan. Accurate.
Mm-hmm. You think they will actually accept this challenge?
Well, I mean, it's the show that they created, the company that they created. Ospreay calling their hubris.
I think they're just trying to get under their skin so that they do put it up.
Well, I mean, about to say, it feels like to me they're just calling securities right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, hell no. Because what did they get out of it?
If you think about it, they got a point, though. What do they get out of it?
I suppose.
Swerve and Will might have to put their careers on the line or something.
To your point, Ospreay got something. What has he got? Ospreay right now talking with Swerve. What do you say? You trust me? If you guys accept this match and you beat us at All In, then me and Swerve can't challenge for the world title for 1 year.
Wow.
Damn. 1 year. Smart thing ever suggested?
He says you got a deal.
You gotta get Swerve's straight page. You might be a little confused about this. Swerve's what you want to? You got a deal. If this is what he wants, I mean, it's a hell of a risk. How bad do you want to make sure the Young Bucks would have EVPs in their name? How confident are you all in your own abilities? How confident are two individuals versus a tag team? Wow, Swerve said you got a deal. Well, the founding fathers have officially put pen to virtual paper and have put their EVP status on the line against Swerve Strickland and Ospreay. But if Swerve and Ospreay lose, they can't challenge for the world title for 1 year.
A year will pass by quick, but yeah, that's a lot. That's a big circumstance.
Yeah, no kidding. Circumstances all aside ahead of All In coming ahead tonight. Coming up next, more Heroes vs. Villains. We'll have tag team action. We will return to AEW Dynamite 300. We got another commercial break. Fuck television. Well, first off, tremendous trios match there. Again, Konosuke, can he win another world championship? Can he become the Ring of Honor world champion? I've seen many a times at Global Wars. I've seen many of people outside Ring of Honor win the Ring of Honor world title over the years, so it's not a possibility.
What do you think of that breaking news?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Walter, you kind of make a point. What's the point of one side putting something on the line in a match if the other side is willing to put something of equal or greater value on the line? So basically, I'd say that Swerve and Ospreay called the Young Bucks trump card. Young Bucks no longer EVPs, or Swerve and Ospreay can no longer get in the AEW Championship picture for a 1 calendar year.
Like I said, calendar year will pass by quick, though. I don't know if that's as big as giving up EVP.
I mean, depending on what you got to consider, though, how much have Swerve and Ospreay worked to be in the world title picture, in the conversation. So, again, I think it goes a long way. But can they actually, I hate to say this, I know they can coexist, but can they coexist strong enough versus the Young Bucks who, wrote a book on tag team wrestling? Literally.
I guess.
Well, do or die. So many situations on the line. Heyman's Last Stand, Texas Deathmatch, Swerve and Ospreay, AEW Championship aspirations on the line against the Young Bucks. Good Lord. Well, that being said, good to see Sandy and Darren G also in the chat, and Charles, and of course Nicholas Ferrante. Again, happy Canada Day, by the way, to Nicholas and Ash for yesterday, and Kenny Omega for that matter. Whether or not Kenny Omega will be in a condition to show up tonight on Dynamite 300, let alone All In, that remains to be seen. And of course, still to come tonight, we have, of course, Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi, as we have now hit the 90-minute mark, believe it or not, folks. Good Lord.
How fast does that come up? Man, tonight's flowing.
Well, again, we could say a lot of things about the history of AEW, but they've really gotten their shit together this year, both on Dynamite and Collision. I still argue that Double or Nothing was the most complete show of the year. And speaking of Collision, we will be celebrating 100 episodes of Collision this Saturday, including but not limited to FTR taking on the Outrunners and Christian Cage and Nick Wayne continuing their campaign to become the first ever father and son tag team champions.
Is that match going to be on Collision, the EVP, or at all?
The EVPs versus Ospreay and Swerve, that's got to be All In, bro. Again, that's got to be All In.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, All In, all the stakes on the line, all or nothing. And of course, this whole night is based on heroes and villains colliding. Speaking of heroes, there we see Kenny Omega with the AEW National Championship.
With the actor that plays Superman.
And then, of course, the actor that plays the villain with MJF. How fitting. And again, folks, stay tuned. You can go check out the newest Superman movie coming to theaters real soon, July 11th.
July 11th. I got to see that. I'm a DC person.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah.
Well, as Superman elevates to higher heights, let's elevate this shit with tag team action with Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. Already in the ring with Aubrey Edwards. Again, Swerve Strickland, you gotta wonder what Swerve's thinking about that, though. As look at Swerve's enraged by that decision, honestly. I don't think that Swerve and Ospreay have been talking about this for a long time.
Sorry for the pun, but after that Swerve, how are these two going to get along? Because that was a Swerve coming.
well, they better get along. They got the beats more than the... Well, I was going to say they got Los Frescos Monopolies coming at them, but before the bell rings, here they come attacking. Ring it off, ring. Damn it. Can't even freaking speak. They got to regroup now. They got to focus the task at hand. They can't avoid anything less than 100%.
I don't even think I heard the bell.
And the bell did ring. I will assure you that. Double boots now by Ospreay and Swerve to the listicle. Good grief. And right now, Swerve and Ospreay up and over. Stereo plunges on opposite sides. Now, Aubrey trying to regain control here. Good luck with that.
Title shots versus EVPs.
And careers versus title legacies, if we're being honest here, with John Moxley and Heyman and Page. Who knows what else is going to develop towards All In? Will Jet Speed actually try and be able to hurt the Hurt Syndicate for the Ever Tag Team Championships? Who else will be involved in the Men's Casino Women Gauntlet matches? And who will become the first ever AEW Unified Champion? That and so much more to come ahead at All In.
This Beast Mortal gets stuck, man.
Oh, combination in the corner to Will Ospreay. And Beast Mortal taking over with the T. Harris as we're trying to regroup here, folks.
Come on, Mr. Moné.
And right now, you really had to bring that up, didn't you? Leave it to a CEO to date a lawyer.
Right.
The sidestep. And right now, Swerve. Back elbow strike. Off the ropes. Rolling in for that flatliner.
Damn.
Swerve takes Beast Mortals down hard, face first.
I don't know if Swerve can focus, though, after that bombshell that just dropped, because I'm pretty sure Ospreay didn't talk to him beforehand.
Well, big pressure. Let's see how Swerve handles big pressure while Jalisco friends Prince Nana, Swerve's family on the outside. Oh, man. Beast Mortals takes advantage.
Okay, I said this earlier, but now Jalistico must have not watched the Swerve Page match, because why would you mess with his family knowing how far Swerve goes?
They're ungovernable, dude. You think they give a fuck? So let's go. Beast Mortals in control. This match continues. First of all, quiet picture for television, folks.
I mean, villain's gonna villain, I guess.
Well, I mean, again, villains don't play by the rules, and superheroes wear capes and sometimes don't, and are supposed to play by the rules. But again, are Ospreay and Swerve more vigilantes than heroes at this point? The jury is out. We'll find out for sure when they go all in next week. Again, next week Saturday cannot come soon freaking enough. Next week Wednesday, for that matter. Don't forget, we got a go-home show still and a countdown.
So we got a lot.
Shit. Yeah, we do. Again, wrestling, it has no rest, and neither do I when it comes to All Elite Wrestling, particularly as of late. Again, I've been All Elite since day zero. When it was All In 2018, that was nothing but a fever dream towards what the wrestling business could be. Well, there's more than one choice, and that is more definitive than ever before with what we cover in all things wrestling. Shout out to AEW fan, by the way. As we got another commercial break here. It is one of those things, though, to the point about ungovernable. I still find it crazy that those ingobernables de Japón are now done. But again, their ungovernable nature is whatever will bind them. Again, tranquilo. Speaking of LIJ, Ungovernable, New Japan, and CMLL in Mexico, stay tuned, folks. I'm sure the Forbidden Door will include that and so much more. We'll be covering that next month, of course. That'll be the next AEW pay-per-view after we go all in. Oof. I just got a moment to breathe. The beauty of Max, get a full commercial break. It just top based what happened here. I mean, again,
you get a chance to let it all out.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, Walter, to your point, how strong does a common goal drive two men? And how long have people been trying to get the Young Bucks out of power?
Since its inception, since 2019. I'll tell you that, but
yeah, well, for you maybe, for others, the jury is out. So I mean, again, you got. About this,
but just think about the benefits to be able to get away from that, and then just let Tony Khan run his own company, not EVPs booking themselves, not EVPs while still being active, giving themselves title shot after title shot. So I mean, sometimes the mission is strong enough to combine two people, because Swerve and Will have got to go face each other eventually. But for now, when missions align, you have to work together.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen superheroes and anti-heroes work together as well, whether it's Wolverine or Deadpool or Batman and Superman. So, again, you're not too far off. As we got a commercial break, let me go ahead and level with you guys. Are you feeling good where you are in life? Are you enjoying wrestling? Are you enjoying our coverage? Take a moment to breathe and think about everything you've heard here. If this is your first time taking this in, think about what professional wrestling truly can be and what it encompasses. The only reason I do this is because Max gives me a moment to breathe with this droplet screen. And I am not Bob Ross. I don't know how to paint, but I can illustrate you a picture. As we are back on AEW Dynamite 300 tonight with this tag team collision. Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, Beast Mortals, and El Jalisco. Aubrey Edwards, the official. Shout out to Aubrey Edwards, by the way.
Collision, that's Saturday. No, I'm kidding.
I'd say, well, hey, we're colliding tonight on Dynamite. And speaking of which, it's official. There it is, Walter. Young Bucks will put their EVP status quo on the line against Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay. Where Swerve and Ospreay lose, they are out of the World Championship picture for 1 calendar year. And time made to Ospreay now.
Nice hook kick by Swerve before that tag.
Yeah, right. And Ospreay right now lining up the Beast Mortals, who I believe is legal for the other side off the ropes.
I don't know. We were on full commercial, so I don't know what tags happened or what.
A handspring overhead Pele. You just saw that happen. How about that?
Uh-huh. Well, we always see Will doing some credible maneuvers.
Including the Sasuke special.
Ow.
Tremendous agility by the aerial assassin, the former IWGP Junior Heavyweight and World Heavyweight Champion.
And gives a fan a moment he won't forget there.
Well, AEW, it's all about the fans, and wrestling is all about the fans.
Which is why they want Young Bucks to lose the EVP, so it can be all about the fans again.
And a kick out at 2 off the phenomenal forearm by Osprey with the lateral press.
If they keep their EVP power, it'll be all about power and money for the Young Bucks. If they lose it, it'll be back in the hands of the fans.
And it'd be a whole different AEW, honestly. Talk about restore the feeling, restore literally the right authority. And right now, Beast Mortal, the Linsigo double stop backstabber.
Nice double team there.
Cover 2 and Swerve breaks it up.
He used Beast Mortal as a rolling pin.
I mean, hey, whatever works, right?
Hell yeah.
Step, swerve, up and around, Delistico. Oh! Countered Swerve in the Tornado DDT.
Damn, he was planted too.
Oh, man, Canadian Destroyer. It's Mortals with the gore.
Damn.
No. Oof.
They almost got him.
Yeah, think about the way that Osprey was stood in time, by the way, off that Destroyer before Beast Mortals just ran right through him.
Let's not forget, these two, this is inexperienced for tag team. And they may have tagged with other people before. They're individuals that usually are in the AEW title contention scene. They just have to put together right now. And without chemistry, you could be behind the 8 ball in tag team.
And it's one of those things where chemistry in the ring versus chemistry as a tag team are 2 different things. Well, wait, look at this combination, Walter. What the hell? Stop Stormbreaker!
Wow.
And Delistico now left alone as Beast Mortal's been wiped out. Now Delistico off the ropes, pop up. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell? Delistico got Hut Styles Clash connects.
Is he gonna? Oh, I thought he was gonna do a swerve kick. Oh, he is.
House call cover 2, Swerve Osprey with the win.
Wow, that's a nice
for the
combination.
first outing as a tag team, I'm just saying. Well, like you said, Walter, they got 10 days to come up with a game plan greater than this to beat the Founding Fathers and relieve them of their power. We might be on the verge, truly, of a revolution at All In. It's Swerve and Osprey can win. But coming up next, Kota Ibushi goes one-on-one for the first time ever in AEW against Kazuchika Okada.
Dude, the clash into the house call is a crazy combination.
Yeah, that was actually very unique right there. And the picture-perfect stomp off Osprey's shoulder with the added momentum drop down in the Stormbreaker. Talk about collapsing a man's chest and disorientating them in the process. I've got another full commercial break. Fuck television. Get ready for our main event. You can take that down. Still, though, again, it's not a matter of can they coexist. It's can they coexist strong enough against literally, let's call it what it is, one of the most proficient accolade tag teams of all time.
That's the problem.
Yeah, well, are Swerve and Osprey the solution?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you can't put the years of experience that. First of all, they're brothers. Second of all, they're a tag team that's been always a tag team. You can't take that lightly.
No. And speaking of course, a problem, the jury is out whether Major Fear will still be a problem after what happened earlier when Hammond Page decked her with a buckshot lariat. See if he gets that bullet.
And then we found out that there's going to be a Texas death match at a All In.
Well, you want to talk about defining the legacy of a championship and closing the book on a rival. You want to talk about going out a blaze of glory. You want to talk about a last stand. It doesn't get more definitive than All In Texas death match when it comes to John Moxley versus the Hangman for the AEW World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, for the longest time, Walter, we wrote the book on Texas death matches and Hammond and Page in the same sense. They defined that man's career until he lost his first one to Swerve Strickland at Full Gear. And not only did that loss catapult Swerve Strickland with a title picture, it made Swerve Strickland a main event player in AEW.
It put a rocket on Swerve.
And this might literally put Hammond and Page in a coffin.
We'll see.
And we'll see soon enough. Well, again, folks, we get ready for our main event here. Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi. I hope everyone's been enjoying our coverage again of AEW Dynamite 300. As we do have a moment, what have been some of your favorite moments, matches, debuts, celebrations, milestones, segments, promos in AEW history? We love to hear your thoughts, your comments. Let us know in the chat. We also, of course, would love to know if this is your first time tuning in to AEW Dynamite. Is your first time tuning in to Collision? Comment this Saturday or not before again. How long have you been following All Elite Wrestling? Have you followed any of the talent before All Elite Wrestling at this time? Who do you want to see be All Elite? What's been your, memories of AEW
What
Dynamite?
is yours, Noah?
Particularly?
No, we talked about this in the space earlier. So, what's your favorite AEW moment?
Well, it's like I said on the No DQ review. I don't necessarily say this first. I don't do inequality, don't do grades, but I will say as a fan, no company besides AEW has made me more passionate to be re-inspired by this business again. As far as favorite moments and matches, dear God, Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, 30-minute time, the Hikaru Shida winning against Saraya, but also how much I love the New Japan crossover. And it's main event time on Dynamite. And I'll talk more about my favorite moments and matches later and promos. And again, MJF promo versus blank.
Exactly.
Anyway, speaking of moments, how about this being a moment? 2 weeks ago on Collision, why Don Callis was talking about how they took out Kenny Omega and had no friends left. The greatest friend in Kenny Omega's life came to fight on behalf of a fallen golden lover in the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi, who dropped Trent Beretta last week with a Kamagoye and is looking to take the Rainmaker down a peg. This is a rematch from Wrestle Kingdom 14 and beyond. The last time these two were in the ring together, Kota Ibushi lost through the referee stoppage. And we have not seen Kota Ibushi in an all-elite ring for well over, I think, pretty much a year, if not 2 years. Last time I saw Kota Ibushi in action, his ankles got shattered against the Genius of the Ark, Marufuji, and Pro Wrestling Noah.
Man,
but the battle, though, Walter, about to say, the battles between this man and Okada are things of legendary. These two, definition, strong style, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Of course, previously won the G1 Climax, as we, of course, talk about. Ash will cover here soon. Rainmaker! And still to this day, one of my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. Oh, shit. Here comes Don Callis. And that's Archer, his enforcer. Kazuchika Okada will be going to his 60th match in some capacity tonight against Kota Ibushi, the AEW Continental Champion, who, of course, held this title since beating Eddie Kingston in Canada, has been the Continental Champion now for 470 days. Last year's Continental Classic winner, and will now look to become the first ever AEW Unified Champion by any means necessary against Kenny Omega next week at All In Texas. One of the most highly decorated pro wrestling in history, as I talked about before, the former 5-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion and 2-time IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, greatest worker since Ric Flair, somewhat accolade, living embodiment of Antonio Inokiism. Bell rings! I gotta consider this, Walter, looking at these two in an all-elite ring, which right now, this is a moment in time I'm not going to forget.
Here we go.
Right? Thank you for that, so I can get you back in order. What do you think Kazuchika Okada is thinking right now, looking at Kota Ibushi standing across from him?
Wow, what a moment. 1 and 2. He better not be looking past him and looking at Okada. Looking at Omega. You've got to focus on the person in front of you, not beyond.
And Kota Ibushi took an alternative road, of course, to professional wrestling. He didn't go the traditional dojo route. He taught himself and has disciplined himself against any wrestling style he's been in the ring with. He's one of those wrestlers that's such a unique hybrid. He's so proficient in technique, but he's such also a lethal striker.
I can tell you what he's really thinking.
What?
Beach.
That might be accurate as well. Of course, the Golden Lovers, Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, defined back in DDT Pro. It's a relationship that goes beyond professional wrestling when it comes to those two men's mentalities. Back when Kota Ibushi, of course, combined the greatest and strongest titles in the lights of his gods, Shinsuke Nakamura and Hiroshi Tanahashi, why Kenny Omega wanted to change the world. Kazuchika, Okada, and Kota Ibushi right now tied up in the ropes.
Please give me a day where Okada drops Don Callis, please.
Well, according to Konosuke, this is only temporary, but how long has Don Callis held? Oh, man. Konosuke as the greatest wrestler. Now he literally has put his back on Kazuchika Okada. That roundhouse almost knocked Okada's lights out.
Okada taking a breather now.
Okada knows how dangerous Kota Ibushi is. There's a reason why this man nearly killed him at Wrestle Kingdom 14. Again, we're going to cover Collision this Saturday, folks. The 100th Collision. FTR will take on the Outrunners. And we have an all-star 8-woman tag. Thunder Rosa, Queen Aminata, and Ty J. Ty Melanana J taking on Team Mega Bag. Megan Bay and Penelope Ford. The Toxic Spider Thekla and the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena. Also, Kyle Flair will go one-on-one with Daniel Garcia, as Rocky Romero has been lobbying for Daniel Garcia to join the family. Speaking of which, RBG Vice and Hechicero will be taking on Mystico, Hologram, and Mark Briscoe in trios action. That and so much more to come at AEW Collision 100 this Saturday. Open palm strikes now by Kota Ibushi, lining up the Rainmaker. Near the midsection, though. Bends the Golden Star over. The Irish Whip. Oh, man!
Any strike from Okada is freaking devastating.
Well, why do you put Kota Ibushi up in those rankings?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, he's up there. Anybody that came through the Japanese system has some striking, okay?
Well, considering Kota Ibushi, overhead plunger, has a background in karate, kickboxing, rugby, and swishman, I think you might be onto something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right now, I think at this point, he's just frustrated right now by Ibushi. Okada is. Ibushi being welcomed in by the All Elite Fleet, the AEW faithful. Gets the midsection, though, by Okada. Hooking up Ibushi. Oh, boy. Almost went for that DDT. Drives the Rainmaker into the apron. Able to avoid certain destruction. Kota Ibushi dropped. Oh, driven face first, and then still ring steps. Well, Okada, once again, make it rain against Kota Ibushi here. Stay tuned, folks. This Merriman continues. Restaurant Quiet picture-in-picture. Fuck television.
Dude, I don't think even AEW understands the what they have in front of them. This is a big history. When we get to Dynamite 400, this is going to be something people are going to be talking about their favorites right here. The fact that these two are actually in the AEW ring.
Well, considering I'm a connoisseur of all things wrestling, but will hold the Japanese wrestling landscape as the greatest pedigree, just above the UK and America, get better, but AEW, you're still awesome. I could definitely agree with you on that. So, I mean, again, you're not too far off in that statement. As I was saying earlier, Kota Ibushi, of course, trained by the likes of Hiroshi Tanahashi, of course, literally held that man as one of his biggest gods, inspirations, up there with Shinsuke Nakamura. You want to talk about a match? Go watch Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kota Ibushi from Wrestle Kingdom over the freaking IWGP Intercontinental Championship. God, that match still holds up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell I'm a professional wrestling fan that loves Japanese pro wrestling?
Ah, well, now that we're on commercial, you can go back to talking about your favorite AEW moments.
I mean, again, where do I continue from there? You know how much I've always followed Chris Statlander. I still look at one of my favorite women's matches of all time, the most violent match. But looking at Dynamite, I look at the women's division. I don't think it gets enough respect or credit it deserves. There have been some incredible matches. Statlander versus Jamie Hayter, for example, comes to mind very recently. We've had AEW Women's World Championships, of course, crowned on Dynamite. Thunder Rosa being Thunderbreaker DMD inside the steel cage for her title. Hikaru Shida beating the likes of Saraya. Of course, Grand Slams have had countless moments. Eddie Kingston beating Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World Championship. MJF versus Will Ospreay, 59 minutes and 58 seconds on Dynamite. Lest we forget, that of course, led to the AEW American Championship. There's so many countless matches and the moments. Hell, I was at Friday Night Dynamite last year. I witnessed the Hurt Syndicate come to life and bring business forward. When I saw Swerve Strickland take on Shawn Benjamin and Bobby Lashley arrive, I still hold up Camille versus Chris Statlander as an awesome match to see live. Of course, Camille will be part of American Gladiators. You think about, those debuts that have shown up here in Dynamite history, the legacy of
Oh, yeah, with the snow and the glacier was making a comeback.
One of the biggest pops during the pandemic. And of course, I think about the tribute to Brody Lee when the wrestling world stood still in unity of sympathy and humility. Still probably the most emotional wrestling tribute show I've ever seen in my life. And in general, I think about that promo that Cody Rhodes gave in front of nobody. That reminded us why we love this business and why Dynamite still had to bring the boom and come to life. As we are back in tonight, AEW Dynamite 300, our main event.
Breaking the throne.
Yeah, right. And doubling up in 2019 and then building a kingdom. And of course, becoming the first ever TNT champion. Irish whip now. Kota Ibushi sent the quarter by Okada. Okada, whoop, sidestep by Ibushi. Man, man, folks, tonight AEW Dynamite 300. Kota Ibushi versus Kazuchika Okada. Drop kick!
Shit. Bryan Danielson winning the title.
Bryan Danielson winning the title all in last year, to your point. Again, all in. We're going all in. All the stakes, all the titles, all the history, all the moments, all the possibilities imaginable. One thing's for certain. We're going to crown the first ever AEW Unified Champion between Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega, where the Continental and the International Champion become one, and a new legacy will be born as we renew one of the greatest rivalries of all time, and Okada will prove he will be willing to do anything to beat Kenny Omega at this point. He's aligned himself with Don Callis.
I can't wait. That's my main event of All In.
Yeah, damn right. Kota Ibushi right now lining up the Rainmaker here. Oh, man, what a Soulbot. And another round kick by the Golden Star. Kota Ibushi, watch Ibushi flow like water with a beautiful picture-perfect moonsault. Get a 2 count. And again, we talk about how ring rust is your worst enemy. There was no ring rust on Kota Ibushi last week against Trent Beretta.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the emotions got to be an all-time high, though, for Kota Ibushi, fighting on behalf of Kenny Omega here. Now squaring up Okada. Bombardier! The running knee strike cover! Oh!
I don't think this moment can be as appreciated until it's over. Once it's over, the dust settles, it would like really hit him.
Well, there are those priceless memories that we hold on to as professional wrestling fans, and this will certainly be one of them, if not all in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ibushi trying to hoist up Kazuchika Okada, possibly for a tombstone. Of course, Kota Ibushi knows how to channel. Oh, flapjack. A very unique state, a fluke state, where it's almost like he goes into a state of lethal, emotionless warfare. And not even he knows what he's going to do when he's in that mode. And Okada knows very well how dangerous that mode is. He called out for that mode at Wrestle Kingdom 14. Now looking for the money clip.
My God, did you see the height on that flapjack? Shit.
Yeah, look at the positioning of Kazuchika Okada here with this grip, though, around Kota Ibushi's head, though, Walter.
Mm-hmm.
Good S-grip there behind the head of Kota Ibushi, of course, trapping the forearm around Kota Ibushi's throat. Kazuchika Okada sends Ibushi up and over, hooking him up. Speaking of Ibushi's head and neck, oh, God, neck breaker over the leg. Again, Ibushi's neck's been targeted by so many individuals, including Tetsuya and Naito. I still remember their matches over the Intercontinental Championship. Made me cringe. A scoop slam by Okada, and we all know what this sets up for, Walter.
Mm-hmm. He's climbing the ropes.
Yeah, it looks like Okada looking to drop that elbow across the heart.
Damn, he got all of it, too.
And you know what Okada's looking for here. Cameraman, get ready. Fuck you. Shaking bastard! Sending a message to everybody, including Kenny Omega. Ibushi knows what's coming, though. It's Okada gains wrist control. Ibushi pushes Okada in the corner. Force the break. Don't count Ibushi ever out of a fight. Ibushi right now. Oh, man. Again, booted by Okada. Shotgun drop kick. Jesus. Ibushi got launched into that corner. And I think it's headed the bomb turnbuckle, Walter.
Yep. Yo, Ibushi might be out. Look at these forearms. And he just falls right back into the turnbuckle.
Now, Okada, though, Walter, you remember what I said earlier?
Yeah, about the fluke?
Yeah, I think Murder Ibushi may have just engaged. Okada with a running smile on his face. I think he realizes what he did. Ibushi. Oh, no! Again, when he goes to this state, all you can do is cover up because he don't give a damn if he hits you with a closed fist. He will knock your ass out. And Ibushi right now, literally, look at Okada covering up. Let me say that again. Okada is covering up.
Right? What the hell?
Again, those are closed fists, though. You've got to be careful. He can risk disqualification here. And swing and a miss. Risk control. Rainmaker, swing and a miss. Long shot on a lariat.
Damn.
Swinging for the fences. Man. Take a look at the replay here, Walter, and look at this haymaker.
Look at that impact.
Golly. I swear, lariat is one of my favorite moves in professional wrestling. Of course, these two have history going all the way back to 2009. Their first singles match, Okada won. It wasn't even in New Japan Pro Wrestling. It was in DDT Pro. And, look at Ibushi. Might be looking at finishes now. Going up to the top rope where the Phoenix may run. Wait a minute. Okada. Uh-oh. Okada quick to his feet. Trying to bring Ibushi back down towards ring level. Now the waist lock applied. German suplex. Ibushi laying hard, high angle, and written up. Oh,
ah, shit! That was right in the back. Oof.
Yeah, you felt that one, Mr. UFC. How'd that rack up for you?
Oh, he's
that was right on the temple.
I think he's gonna try to choke Okada out. He's calling for it.
Well, Ibushi's not necessarily a submissionist, Walter. He is literally a lethal striker. His knockout blow is that knee strike, the Kamigoye. Although he also knows how to use the last ride, Golden Star Powerbomb.
Oh, I saw him go like this. I thought he was like saying he was gonna choke him out.
Honestly, sometimes I don't think Ibushi knows what he's going to do.
Yeah, it's true.
And right now, Ibushi with Kazuchika Okada, double underhook, might be looking for a massive, oh Lord. Oh my God!
What the fuck?
Kick out at 2.5!
How did he kick out?
Avalanche Tiger Driver out of the corner. What the fuck?
Look at his face right now. Okada's eyes are in the back of his head, Noah.
And somehow enough consciousness to kick out at 2 9/10. Look at this. Damn.
You gotta believe that's pure instinct at that point.
And again, that makes 6 sense. Looking for Kamigoye. Okada hooking up Ibushi. Ibushi, though, caught. Okada sits in. Both legs. Ibushi. Counter roll up. Cover. And kick out 2. Both men back to their feet. Ibushi with the wrist, though. Okada grabbing the rope. Looking for relief here. Paul Turner calling for the break. Oh, Rainmaker!
Rainmaker. I think he's going to go for another one.
And he's going to go for the full torque this time. Nope. Ibushi again looks like a drop kick.
I will always say it. Okada and Randy Orton have the 2 most beautiful drop kicks in the wrestling industry.
And here comes Rainmaker.
He folded him.
Cover! Okada with the win. Damn, what a match.
He folded him.
Put him like an accordion there. Look at that. Ibushi is still in that position. And in 09, Okada knew he was in a fight tonight, and he took Ibushi lightly for a moment and almost cost him. If he costs himself a moment of hubris, that's all Kenny Omega will need, less than even 80%, to beat him and become the first AEW Unified Champion. And Rocky Romero now coming in the ring with the Don Callis family. Don Callis, Lance Archer. Oh, come on already. And again, these Jackals and Don Callis.
This might bring out Omega. This might bring out Omega.
Well, hopefully we'll hear the battle cry. Lance Archer right now calling for Ibushi. Oh, wait a minute! Turn point! In the building!
With an equalizer.
We haven't seen him since that attack. As if Omega needs to be any more fired up. You trying to slow this golden lever?
Mm-hmm.
Fans are on their feet in this building. And the numbers game trying to be used there against Kenny Omega. Oh, wait, Kenny! Kenny, watch your back! Caparella behind you with that baton. Wait, Kota Ibushi, though. Ibushi grabbed the baton. And now Omega's got Trent hooked up. Omega
Ooh!
Bushi! Taking out Barrera with a beautiful team move.
If All In wasn't 10 days away, I would say that would be a good tag match, unless they add it to Collision.
Look at this embrace. The face of Don Kyle says it all as Omega embraces Ibushi.
Wouldn't you love that as a tag match on Collision 100 right there?
I would love that, absolutely. What I'm loving right now is the fact that once again, Kenny Omega is not alone. He has the greatest ally in his corner. And there's no doubt that Ibushi will be with Omega at All In. It was Ibushi and Omega that dethroned the Rainmaker and Gato. And it very well might be the same format that beats Okada with Don Callis. But that's next week at All In. As this Saturday, we celebrate 100 episodes of Collision. But tonight, we enjoy once again another 2 hours of AEW Dynamite. Happy 300 of happy wrestling, folks. For Walter Cruz, I'm Noah Foster. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next time here at the Super Reliable Studios. AEW is indeed truly a home of professional wrestling.
Tony should have made this the 4-hour special thing instead of...
Yeah, in a way, but honestly, I need something on Saturday. My Saturday was boring last week. I had to get up for some stupid nonsense. I was sleeping perfectly. I had nothing to watch beforehand. Look,
hey man, we could have did Dominion.
Well, why didn't we? Make it official. Folks, I hope that we all enjoyed. I hope that we all engaged with you positive ways tonight on Dynamite. I hope you all enjoyed it. Until next time, Walter, cut the freaking feed. We'll see you all this Saturday for Collision and the Saturday Shenanigans. Make a positive impact in life. Have a good night. Happy 300th episode of Dynamite.
Happy 300th episode and happy 4th of July coming up.
Indeed. And we'll see them on the 4th.
Yes, we will. Adios, folks. I was looking for the thank you thing this whole time. I was trying to procrastinate.
Oh, Walter, we're live.
There we go.
Up.
We're live, pal.
Yeah, we're
live,
pal.
Giovanni,
quote unquote. God, I love professional wrestling. And thank you, AEW.